Offline. Pilot mode engaged.
What's up, all you awesome gamers? I'm the Governor and your host of the sexiest and best damn podcast Tuesday nights, The Console Corner. Tonight is another really great show we have lined up for you. But first, on last week's show, we talked about 343 putting the smackdown on Halo 3 rumors. Phantom Dust is free and terrible. Development teams are in a state of flux. Injustice 2 and The Surge and a whole bunch more. So make sure you go check it out. If you haven't already, on this week's show, we'll be talking about Red Dead 2 delayed. All of a sudden, people care about Lawbreakers. I have no idea why. BioWare's new Dragon Age game, Destiny 2 impressions, plus a whole lot more. I can't wait to see what our panel and you guys out there, what you think about these topics tonight. All right, please make sure you're subscribed and following everyone so you can stay up to date with whatever we're up to. Please, if you could, also hit that like button. We'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that bell so you're notified with whatever we're going on. So let's go ahead and introduce our great panel of Epic Gamers for this week's show. We got a couple of guests. Newf couldn't make it this week. He had something to do, so we're going to introduce our guests. What's up, Predator? How you doing?
Hey,
man?
what's going on, GKB and the panel? It's been a while since I've been on the show. You guys know I've been gone for a while, but I'm glad you guys invited me back for another round.
Sweet. Great to have you.
Nice. Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
And the koala bear from down under, Tim Ados. What's going on, bro?
What is up, everybody? It's been a while, but I'm back, and I am better than ever.
Sweet.
Let's get this show on the road.
Let's do it. Next up, we have Lady Fox Fire, who was streaming Injustice earlier and was dying. Was so upset about it. What's up, Fox?
Everybody dies sometimes, but it's okay. We always come back. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here. Hello to everybody in the chat and to everyone listening later on. I'm just happy to be here with two of my favorite people. So, I'm blushing a little bit. But let's go.
Nice. Next up.
Two of her favorite people?
I know.
She doesn't like the
too.
rest of
I'm
us.
feeling a little
I was gonna
heartbroken
say-
right here.
I know, she hates
Well,
us.
she didn't specify which two, though.
Exactly. You never
But
know.
there's 6
You gotta
people on the
figure it
panel,
out.
okay?
Well,
Figure it out.
It could be like Predator and Tim, you and Mike, or...
But she still hates 4 of
there
us.
There could be... Not
Wait,
necessarily.
why?
It could be
Wait.
two
She
different
said me first.
combinations.
Wait, why are you excluding yourself, girl?
Well,
You
no,
go.
I just said it could be like 2 different combinations. So you take like all 6 of us and you put us in different combinations. So technically she could...
Oh my god. Look what I
So we have,
started.
like,
Yeah,
two to the
see,
power.
I
you
was
did it.
trying to defend you,
I'm
damn
sorry.
it.
All right, let's move on.
Oh,
Next
God.
up, we have from his drunken stupor and crazy escapades today, Magic Mike.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Let me just slur my lines a little bit
Oh.
here, 'cause, apparently I'm so drunk I can't drive. But yeah, I hope everybody got them wallets open. Be prepared to make it rain some Benjamins today, because Magic Mike has to take his car to the shop tomorrow.
Yes, he does.
But yeah, no, we got some awesome topics tonight. I can't wait to get into it. And despite what GKB says, I'm not drunk yet.
Yes.
Yet.
He quickly sobered up and he was working on his second one for today.
That's right. I sobered up real quick before the cop showed up to do that report.
Like I said before, Newf couldn't make it tonight. Hopefully he'll be back next week. So next we have the First Lady of Xbox, SheWulf.
Hey, people.
Wow. That's it? Seriously?
At least I'm not like, oh, my two favorite people. Like,
Oh, okay.
Calling
well,
out
I
Bo
tried
Foxy.
to defend you, and you just screwed it all up. So
No, I just didn't want it to get that complicated.
Well,
I did not.
Nice.
I didn't say it wasn't wanted. Uh-oh, we're already having catfight.
Yep, already fighting. What's up, everybody
Alright,
in
so
the
one
chat?
favorite person.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for rocking out with us tonight. Make sure everybody in chat and on Twitter, you get us your questions for the end of the show. We'll take a couple of them and talk about them. First up, I want to say a couple of things. IO Interactive tweeted out today, they had some layoffs. My heart goes out to anybody that lost their jobs. I hope they find something very quickly. And also, our hearts go out to the people affected by the bombing in Manchester Arena. I know you guys are probably going through some tough times right now, and we hope y'all pull through. So just want to go ahead and say that.
our hearts goes out to you guys and your families.
Cool. So on that note, let's go ahead. Hey guys, if you want to help out the show, she will also be throwing a link in there so you guys can donate if you want to. It's completely optional. We're going to do the show regardless. So there's that. And on to my favorite topic of the week, and that is what games have we been playing? And spoilers again, I haven't been playing much Diablo, except for like an hour the other day. That's about it. Right? Yes?
That's 2 hours.
Okay, 2 hours, whatever.
I'll give you
Anyway.
2 hours.
So, Predator, you've been back for a couple of weeks, man. But have you been playing any video games? Anything new?
A little bit of Mario Kart on the Switch, a little bit of Zelda. I kind of been bouncing around a little bit for depending on what console I'm playing on. I'm playing Mass Effect on my PC. I played a little bit of Uncharted 4. I finished that last week I just got my PlayStation 4, so I played that. Just started Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'll probably jump back on some Titanfall. I haven't really played that online since I've been gone. When I get done with Horizon Zero Dawn until E3 ends, pick something up. I haven't played yet.
Sweet.
That's it.
Awesome, bro. What about you, Timodos?
I've been playing not as much as I normally play. I've been playing Injustice 2.
Yeah.
Amazing game.
Good game.
Everybody should get that shit.
Absolutely.
I picked up South Park: The Stick of Truth after listening to SheWulf talk about it the other week.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that. And I can't particularly remember playing it, but I'm pretty sure I played some Gears 4 because I always do.
Okay.
He blacked out. He just
He's like,
knows it happened.
I think it happened.
It
I'm pretty
happened
sure it
at some point. And I think I played some Rocket League too.
Nice. What's up, everybody in the chat? I see all the highs and from Cyber, Scottish Smurf, Storm Shadow, Crab, Stokey, all you guys. Really appreciate it, man. We love you guys. So let's go ahead and move on to Foxy. What you been playing?
Hi, well, I've been playing some games here and there, and apparently I got exposed earlier when I was playing on the PlayStation and streaming from there. I don't know what happened, but apparently I'm a cute little pony now, so that's adorable.
If you
So
were
I
a
played
pony,
some
what pony would you be?
Rainbow Dash all day.
Rainbow Dash?
Okay.
Okay.
That's the only one I know because my niece likes it.
I mean, Twilight Sparkle's got the magic, That's where I'd be.
Yeah,
Oh,
you,
I
you
could
would.
see you be that all day long.
Hey, my daughter watches the show. I can't help it.
Nice.
Aw. Okay, so I played some Injustice 2 on the PlayStation, streamed that earlier. If you want to check it out, it's on my channel. Played some Max Curse of the Brotherhood, and that was cool.
Nice.
Forza Hot Wheels. Halo 5. Tim, you forgot about Halo 5. We played some of that with Dave and Came Down sites. Played some Gears with Blue. So that was fun. I think that's about... Oh, no, MK. I tried Mortal Kombat because
Nice.
game sharing with Tim, so now I can play that. And wow, that game is fucking hard. So, yeah. And, yeah, that's about it. Other stuff is like little games here and there, like arcade games and things. But, yeah.
Nice. What's up, Jez in the chat? We see you, bro. Lethal. Who else did I miss? Space Cat. I'm trying to get all these shout-outs in. I died about that whole thing. What's up, Foul, and all you guys, man? Appreciate it. Love you guys. What's up, SageAbot? There you are.
Hey, awesome people in the chat.
Yeah, great people in there. What about you, SheWulf? What you been playing? It's kind of skipped Mike, but we'll go back to him.
I played. Why? Just because I go doesn't mean like I have to be the last person.
The host, like we always go last. It's whatever.
But I haven't hosted in weeks.
You're like a co-host.
So technically, I don't have to.
Go. What are you playing?
How? Are we in a mood today?
Yeah, I want to get into these topics. Talk shit.
Apparently. So I was playing Black and White. I have no idea. Something like that. Bushido. I don't know. With Frodo and Carnage.
I totally watched that.
No, you
stream.
didn't.
It was awesome.
You didn't even know like Carnage was there. So no. Also, I was playing some Destiny. We played some Destiny.
Yes, we did play some
And I know. Oh, Injustice 2. I played quite a bit of Injustice 2, and I was also. What else did I stream? I know I streamed something else, or at least I thought I streamed. I have a couple of indie games that I'll actually be streaming this week, so I'm not going to say them now because I want you guys to actually see them. So make sure you guys watch for streams coming.
Sweet.
SheWulf, I gotta ask you a question.
No.
Did you play Forza? What? You said no to my question?
No. I knew what you were going to... Everyone keeps asking me how I liked Forza. So here's the catch, guys. I did not play Forza Horizon 3, and I did not play the Hot Wheels. Everyone's going to see achievements, but it wasn't me. It was my son.
Yep.
Our 6-year-old was playing it, so no, I did not
That's
play
adorable.
it. I did.
That's adorable, and that's what I kind of wanted to get to.
I got called Super Mom, though. He's like... Because it took us forever to try to, like, unlock it, because you actually have to, like, play so much of the game to be able to even play it and unlock the DLC. And we finally got it, and he's like, Mom, you're my super mom. I'm like, aw, and then he's like, okay, you can go. I'm like, wow.
That lived quickly.
Yeah.
Genius.
Much like Lawbreakers. It's here and then it's gone. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh man.
We'll get to that, though.
What about you, Mike? What you been playing, bro?
Oh, I've been playing some Forza Horizon 3 Hot Wheels. I've actually been playing it myself, actually with my son. He's been enjoying the heck out of that game, and so have I. It's probably one of the best DLCs I've ever played. I've also been playing some Injustice 2. Oh my god, the cutscenes, like everything about that game, like I'm just like I'm hooked. That's gonna be my game of the summer, I can tell you right now.
Nice.
I've been playing some of the Surge, which I wasn't a huge fan of Lords of the Fallen, but I think the new setting, even though it's very similar gameplay mechanics, like that game's really working for me. It makes me want to go back and play Lords of the Fallen now. So I'm glad I have that from when they gave it to us with Games with Gold last year. And also been finishing up on the Doug Podcast Mortal Kombat X tournament. The final round was actually earlier this evening between UK Daz and Iceman. I hear Iceman wins, so awesome job, Iceman. And UK Daz, thank you so much.
Spoiler alert, I wanted to see that. God.
It's already over. The winner was already announced on Twitter. But anyway,
I'm kidding.
Daz fought me last night, and he gave me a royal ass whooping. So if anybody wants to check that out after the show on my YouTube, you can watch Magic Mike getting his magic ass kicked up and down in Mortal Kombat X on my channel.
Yeah,
Nice.
those guys are awesome. I saw you fight with Iceman as well.
Yeah, Iceman tore me apart too.
Dang, bro. Getting torn
I was
up by
rooting for
all
you,
those
bro.
guys.
I was ready for you, bro. What happened?
In my defense, I had been playing Injustice 2 all week, and switching between Injustice and Mortal Kombat is a little difficult. Plus, I also have been doing a lot of work around the new house, so I've been exhausted as shit. I'm not trying to make excuses,
Is there
but I
any
have
more
excuses.
excuses you would
Sounds
like to
like.
add?
Bunch of excuses there.
Plus, he was eating a sandwich at the same time.
Wrecked his
That's
car,
right,
drinking, all kinds of stuff. Whatever. All right, so let's see what I've been playing. Destiny, beat Injustice. That was a ton of fun. I want to go back and get all the skins and all that kind of stuff. I've been playing the crap ton of Surge. Like, I literally started the game over after I was streaming and all that, and I got pretty far in it. I went back and started it all over, redid everything, and I'm having a blast. I couldn't put it down last night, so I'm going to try and finish up that this week. I think that's about it, really. Play some Diablo, of course. Duh. Not much. 2 hours, SheWulf says. Yeah.
Could be a bit more.
I'm working on it.
Could be a bit more, but we'll leave it with 2 hours.
It's just a great game. Can't wait. So good. All right, let's go ahead and get into some topics. So June's Games with Gold has been announced. We got Speed Runners, which is a superhero 4-player racing kind of game where you gather weapons along the way and take out your opponents. We got Watch Dogs, so you can play Aiden Pierce, a hacker who's hunting down the people who killed his family and gets revenge. We get Assassin's Creed 3. You play as Connor Connor Kenway, I think is what it is, during the American Revolution, and then you get Dragon Age Origins and some free DLC for that little game called Phantom Dust. What do you guys think? Is this a good month? Is it not a good month? I thought we got a couple of these games before.
We've gotten Dragon Age before.
Yeah.
We've gotten
Dragon Age was EA Origins. EA Access.
EA Access? Okay.
I'm pretty sure we still got that before, though.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, I don't.
I don't think Assassin's Creed 3 has ever been one of the games with gold. I know Assassin's Creed 2 was, but not 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
3 only just went backwards compatible today.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they said, here you go, here it's free.
Yeah. I'm really excited for the Xbox 360 games they're offering because Dragon Age and Assassin's Creed 3, like Assassin's Creed 3, it's not the best out of the mainline trilogy, but it's still like I'm happy to have it back in my library again. Dragon Age Origins, I love that game when I played it. I can't wait to revisit it. The Xbox One games, though, I'm not, I'm not too awfully excited about them. I guess I have watched.
Come on, man, Speedrunners.
So maybe
it
I
looks
would
cool,
be more
bro.
excited if I didn't own that already. But I don't know that game. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I got Watch Dogs too. It's not really my cup of tea on that one either. Speedrunners looks cool though. I'm into those indie games. Like, what can I say? It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've seen quite a bit.
I don't know anything about that, so I got to see more of it.
Yeah,
I've seen quite a bit of speedrunners played on the PC, and it looks like a heap of fun playing with friends.
Does. It looks like a ton of fun. I can't wait to get into that. Try it out. But yeah, I think the solid ones are the 360 games. Watch Dogs is whatever. If you're into that, that's cool. Speedrunners, it looks pretty cool too. Anybody else?
I think
you can go.
what happened? No, I didn't. You were really low. I was wondering what you said actually.
I just said the lineup's really good. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree. I think all the games are awesome. It's just I'm not into most of them, but they're good for people that don't have these games.
Yep.
So obviously the 360 back and pack, people always talk about those. And I guess I'll be with GKB on this one and say I'm looking forward to that little indie game because I don't know what that is. So I'm interested in that one more than the AAA games that I already know of and I'm not really interested in. But overall, I think it's good. They're good games.
Free games, free games.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe I'll finally finish Assassin's Creed 3 after I put like 12 hours into it last time and barely got to play as Connor.
Maybe I'll give Watch Dogs another try because I tried it on the 360 when it first came out and I did not like it. After my first Achievo, I was like, I'm done. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll give it another try. I don't know.
Yeah.
I had a physical copy of Watch Dogs, so this is good. I'll just go ahead and get it digitally now.
Yeah.
Everything
Change
else
the
I think
disc.
I have except for Speedrunners. Never heard of that game before, so I'll check that out too.
Absolutely. What's up, Stick, Frodo, E-Man? How you guys doing? So yeah, I think it's a solid month. I don't think there's like anything stellar in there or really awful either. It's kind of a meh month, but free games are free games.
Yep.
I'll be excited to get games that I don't have and play them eventually if my backlog ever comes down, which I don't foresee that ever
You
happening.
ever stop playing Deadpool? I mean, Deadpool? Yeah, totally. That's exactly what I meant.
Diablo.
Trust me, it's easy to stop playing the Deadpool game. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
for sure. Actually, I'm on that Surge life right now. I'm just enjoying the crap out of the game.
And Injustice, because you beat that game.
Yeah, I beat it. We gotta set up a tournament for that for sure.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
The console corner Injustice 2
Tourney.
tournament.
As long as
Tourney.
That means you got to get it for
Connection
Xbox One, Fox.
Yeah, Fox.
Oh, well, yeah, I
She
would.
should have already got it for that one. Did you just say you'd win?
What?
I don't know. I thought-
What?
No.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Whoa. I think SheWulf is in a fighting mood with me tonight.
No.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I
She's
gotta put
drinking
my shield
Moscow
up.
Mules, so she's like 3 sheets to the
I
winner
gotta
right
put
now.
my
Yes.
shield up, girl.
Really, you do know wolves can crush foxes, right? You do know that,
Wow.
right? Should
You
we
see
go
this,
there?
guys?
Should
Do
we
you
really
see
go
this,
there?
guys?
Yeah, I'm not getting into
All
this.
right.
I was gonna say some stuff, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna stay out of it.
She
Um,
knows I love her.
Let's go ahead and move
Yes,
on.
I love you too, but when I fight you, we'll see about that.
So South Park has a release date, everybody. Yay!
Thank
Yay!
God.
This is why the poster is in the
For
background. Hey.
real. Hells yeah. We can finally put it up again since it's going to be coming out this year. Looks like it's going to be October 17th. I don't know. I mean, we talked about this before at Xbox Nation. Like, I think it's an okay month to put it at. Like, South Park's got its own, like, fan base and all that kind of stuff.
I think it's great for Halloween.
Yeah, because it's like superheroes dressed up as superhero
Yeah,
kind of
like-
thing.
Oh yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Plus, I believe their next season is coming out in October. So that could possibly be why they're releasing this around that timeline.
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
if that's actually true, but I was reading that that's when their next season is supposed to be starting. So,
Releasing on the same time kind of thing.
yeah, especially if, say, they're going more this route, because we do know they change their seasons all the time. They went with this, like, they went with the whole hero thing for a little bit of of their episodes, but they didn't stay with it too long. And then they were doing this whole political thing, so they got to change it. I'm sure they're going to go to
My
something
only
else.
thing with this, though, is like they were going to release it in December. It was like December 6th of like last year or whatnot. I thought that was like a perfect date. There was nothing around it. You know, nothing was going to cannibalize its sales or anything like that. I still think that's probably not going to happen. But October is a weird month where we're probably going to get some big games. It seems like everything is going to be in that timeline.
But
like from September.
What? The thing is, that's the thing. Like, what's actually releasing in October that really
It's not really like what's going to release in October. It's like a lot of games are releasing. Not people are going to have enough money
if
for all the
anything
games.
is releasing in October. That's the thing. We have a lot of
before,
release
like-
dates in September
Yeah.
because usually like Forza releases in September.
You got like every game that's coming out in September.
No, not
Yeah,
every, like, a
November
lot,
was the
but
bad
not
month, wasn't it? Last year,
Yeah.
November
You
was
got, like-
everything
Yeah.
released.
But it looks
Yeah.
like September might be a bad month too.
because you got like Destiny, you have Forza probably, but October is there hasn't really been anything confirmed to release, especially now that, you know, another game we'll be talking about is delayed. So it's possible that they're just like, hey, guess what? We're going to release in October and give you guys something to do. So
Hey, and one of the best things about it coming out in October is that if you are too busy from all those September releases, you could hold off on getting South Park until like Black Friday, get it at a good sale, maybe like a buy two one get one free at Target or something like
That's
that.
day one for me, bro.
Um,
I'm not waiting.
You know,
no, we have
Oh,
the
yeah.
collector's edition
but
pre-ordered.
go ahead. Sorry.
well, you know, I don't think that this game is not going to be in a crowded market because this game kind of stands alone by itself.
Yeah,
the
that's
Stick
what I
of
was thinking
Truth was such a, you know, it makes sense for it to come out with when the new season of South Park comes out. That's a great point, SheWulf. Like that's when the new season typically begins. So, you know, I think there's a lot going for it, and the game is so unique that it's not going to get like buried with all the other shooters coming out. It's not going to get buried with all the action games. Like, you know, so the Stick of Truth was like such a true RPG as far as the gameplay mechanics, but then it was also like so much South Park that it attracted people from both crowds. And I think this game is going to have a good following for anybody that played the first one. Like, I don't know anybody that played the Stick of Truth and said like, oh, they hate this game. If you like South Park, this is a game that you're going to love.
To Derek Spence in the
Yeah.
channel, he's like, how is this channel first timer hate sites with recycled other news? Dude, we try to keep it fresh here, man. We tend to talk about topics that really nobody else is talking about. We try and keep it gaming. So try out the show, man. See what you think. What's up, Luca? Germ? Sorry, good. Just
Oh,
wanted to answer
Luca.
that.
I don't think it's gonna get buried like you guys are saying because it is different, so it stands out. I would have preferred it to come out in the summer though,
Summer, yeah.
because there isn't
Nothing.
anything, and yeah, it pops. So I think it could have done even better, or could have done better in the summer. But at the same time, I guess October is okay. It's just I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are gonna be saving up for those other games and Scorpio and stuff like that. So. If they're gonna promote it with the show, hopefully that works out and it does stand out enough that the people that really want to play it will go out of their way and pick it up for sure.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I would have preferred to see it in the summer. But yeah.
Yeah. I'd like
Yeah,
to see more
it
games
is
in the
a-
summer. Go ahead.
It's a very unique game, but like it's also got that South Park brand, and because it's got that, I think it'll hold its own fine, even if like all the big names come out right around it. It's basically, I think it is a AAA, but like
I agree.
it's gonna hold its own. It's gonna do fine. There's nobody can stop this game.
Nah. I think there's.
Oh my God.
You're playing a TV show. Like you're
full season.
literally like they even like straight up said, "Hey, we're delaying it because we want to make sure that it's like you're watching a TV show but involved in the TV show." So they're giving you that experience. So anybody who loves South Park is going to love this game, especially if you played the first one, because the first one was hilarious. And I like this game is gonna have no problems. And hey, they could also be looking at the fact that okay, we release in October where there's not much releasing. Then
That
we'll
we know of.
have Black Friday come up, which then guarantees them more sales because of, obviously Black Friday. People are picking up gifts for their kids. And then I still go back to the whole, that's usually when their season's released. So I'm sure they're trying to tie it in.
No, I just think, like, there's something to be said about, like, release dates and stuff, like we've seen in Titanfall 2, like, putting it against two big juggernauts, it kind of really hurts you. And I want to see all games do well. I don't want anything not to do well. I want to see sequels to really good games and all that kind of stuff. So I'm cautiously optimistic, but still worried.
Yeah,
I think it'll be fine.
I think this is a game that's going to keep selling for months after it comes out. It's not like I don't expect it to be a huge surge of
Yeah, it's not going to sell
game,
like 10 million the first week or anything.
Right. It's not going to take number one on the NPD, and I don't think that Ubisoft expects it to, but the fact that it's coming out in October, that just allows them to accumulate sales throughout that holiday season, and I think it's going to be a great Christmas present for a lot of people. And if you get it day one, I mean, you're just going to enjoy it then. Like, I still go back and play the Stick of Truth because even though I've played through it, it's still just such a great game.
It's a good time.
As a fan of South Park, like, you can't just find anything wrong with that game, really.
Did they make
Yeah,
this
somebody
one
who just
co-op? Does anyone know if they actually made this one co-op?
I don't know. I don't want to.
I
I
don't-
want to say no, but
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about that.
yeah.
Yeah, going back to what Mike was saying, I just picked up Stick of Truth, and even though it's a backwards compatible title, it doesn't feel like it.
No, it doesn't.
It feels like
Well, and that South Park animation style lends
Yeah.
itself to the
Yeah.
video game realm where you don't need the power of Scorpio for a South Park game to look good.
No,
so,
it
like,
literally
even on
looks
the
like the
360,
show.
like that game looked like an episode of the show.
Yeah, exactly. I
Mhm.
mean, it played it like a whole season. It was like I was watching a season of South Park. It was fantastic. Great game. If you guys haven't played South Park Stick of Truth, man, pick that up. It's really good. It'll get you set up for this next game.
Is the backwards compatible sale still on? Because if it is, it's
I think
on
it
sale.
just ended,
Yeah,
didn't
I
it?
think it still
I
is.
think-
Damn.
I think today's
I think
the last day of the sale.
No, it ended yesterday.
Oh, it ended
Oh,
yesterday. You just
yeah.
missed out, people.
Well, everyone go back in time and pick it up.
Get that game.
It's worth it.
Sure.
It's worth inventing time travel for.
Cool.
That's how I got
Nice.
my car accident. I was trying to hit 88 miles per hour.
It's
Nice.
back to 1999.
1999 is still a good game. There's a ton
Yeah,
of
still
value in
worth
that
it.
game. All right, let's go ahead and move on to. So, I saw this article in one of the gaming medias, and they stated like Ubisoft is set up to have its strongest E3 to date. And when you look at the roster, like we were just talking about one of them, South Park is going to be on there. They're going to have the new Assassin's Creed. They've already announced like Far Cry 5. That's a thing.
Right.
The Crew 2, and we've already heard they're working on a Splinter Cell game. So, do you guys think Ubisoft is going to have a solid E3 this year? And if so, are they going to deliver on these games, or are they just going to still have the same problems that Ubisoft's been having?
I want to see the big dance game that they're going to come out and start friggin'.
Oh, Just Dance 18.
Oh,
like,
Just Dance,
come
yeah.
on. They're going to fill their whole
18's
stage.
gonna be there
I
for
fell
sure.
asleep last year, so.
Yo, I'm surprised that game's still going. It's still kicking.
Yeah, for real. Like every year.
There's,
new one.
there's,
They've been good on the
there's an
Switch,
audience
yeah.
for that game. Some people like that game.
Yeah.
I just hope we don't see any more of that fucking bird game. Whatever that shit was.
Oh, the VR one that was like flying around or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, you missing VR, so we're gonna see more Star Trek.
I
Yeah,
got
Star
that
Trek.
game too.
I'm kind of okay with seeing more Star Trek. So.
Yeah, me too. I don't mind Star Trek. I like Star
Not
Trek.
for VR. Ugh,
I like
it looks so bad.
Yeah. I haven't played it, so I don't know, but I'm not big into
From what
VR
I've seen. From what I'm seeing, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They usually
But,
have like a decent lineup, but it's like their show is so terrible. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
Like, she fell
I mean-
asleep last year.
I did.
I mean, not their show is going to be like good. Like that still remains to be seen. But I think, like all in all, like they have the Assassin's Creed that everybody's looking forward to because they took a year off. And actually, for me, it's built up the hype again. Like before, it was like, oh, it's just another Assassin's Creed, kind of like how Call of Duty was there for a little while. But now they're changing it back to World War II. So we'll see how that goes. And then they announced Far Cry. Far Cry always does good, and this one looks like it might be in a Western. So that's going to be interesting. The Crew, I didn't really like that one too much. I don't know how much I like the second one. But Splinter Cell, I'm a big, huge fucking fan of Splinter Cell. Like,
Oh, we all know. We
I know, I
tried
say it
for
on every fucking podcast
years.
I possibly can. So I think, this could probably be Ubisoft's like strongest game lineup they've had in quite some time. I just hope they deliver on these games and not have weird issues or stating games are going to do things
That's the biggest problem right there, is the fact that Ubisoft has
I swear to God, Ubisoft, if Splinter Cell is an open world fucking game, I will hunt you down and fucking destroy you. I just letting you know right now.
You're dead.
You're dead. You're dead to me.
That's a promise. That's not a threat. No, my biggest thing is Ubisoft has a bit of a record right now of disappointing when it comes to releasing broken games. Like, it makes me very worried whether or not to actually buy their games on day one. And I am actually really excited for Assassin's Creed because it takes place in Egypt, and I have been waiting for this game. So for this one to come out, and I still worry about getting it day one. Like, I'm probably going to hold off just to see what the bugs are going to be like on it, like, because of the fact that, and then you have Far Cry 5. We know some details, but not a lot of details, so that one's going to be interesting to actually see what it's going to be. But again, a lot of these games come back to, are you going to deliver a broken game? Or are you actually taking the time this time to actually give us a fixed game? And I think that's their biggest issue, is they're producing too many games and not working out the bugs before releasing them.
And not just the broken games, but also the, what they show us at E3. That kind of goes back to Watch Dogs. When I was talking about Watch Dogs, how it never really hit anything for me, it was because they showcased it in such it looked like the most amazing game I'd ever seen when they showed it the first time at E3. And then the game actually came out, and you were like, "Wait, what the fuck is this? This isn't what you showed me." So I want them to show actual gameplay. I want them to tell us what they're showing the gameplay on, whether it's PC, whether it's Scorpio, whether it's Xbox One, PS4 Pro, or PS4. Be honest about it. Don't be dicks and try to trick us with all your vertical slices and stuff like that. I think they've learned their lesson when it comes to that. But I think what Ubisoft really has going for it this year is their variety of game types. I mean, we've talked about Far Cry 5, South Park, Assassin's Creed, everything else they're coming out with. They've got the variety. They have something that can appeal to everyone. And Assassin's Creed, for as burnt out as everybody may have gotten on that series, I'm excited for it to come back. My wife loves playing the Assassin's Creed games. She missed that there wasn't one last year. She was actually really legitimately upset. So I'm glad to have that franchise return, and I think they could have a really good year if they don't, try to fool us with computer generated vertical slices versus showing us real gameplay. I think that with what we have right now with the consoles, with what they can do graphics-wise, we should be seeing actual gameplay and not some pre-rendered shit.
Yeah. What's up? Who's next in Graphic God? Thanks for hanging out with us. I want to answer Drop D's Unchained. He's like, I'm going to be choosing to tune in along with you guys with the live reactions at E3. I think that's a good thing to bring up, too, because we're going to be streaming that again, guys, where we had the E3 thing playing, and we're going to have our live reactions as it's going through. So just to throw that out there, we're doing that again this year. We're working on who's going to be on the panel and schedules and all that kind of stuff right now. So just FYI.
So yes, remember, you guys can join us. It should be fun. It was last year.
Yeah. We might even look at some of you guys to maybe join us. I don't know. We're thinking about it. So
Wait, I didn't agree to this. I'm kidding. I think they're gonna have a lot of great stuff to show, but also don't forget, it depends how long they take talking about games that already came out, like For Honor, like Ghost Recon. So if they take too long on those fucking games and their DLC and try to push it because they want more DLC. Sales, that might throw the whole thing off, because I want to see a nice flow. And if they stay there talking about Ghost Recon forever, I'm gonna be bored. So sorry, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, we'll have to see, guys. Hopefully they do a good show, but I think all in all, I think they're gonna have a solid lineup. So I'm excited for a lot of those games. Please deliver some good games. Let's go ahead and move on to a Destiny 2 reveal impressions. Got a little bit of a mixed bag here. I'm excited for it. I thought the reveal did what it needed to do. It explained the game, the new stuff that's coming, raids, you get to start over, all that kind of good stuff. I think it was pretty good. I think, honestly, graphically, and this might be a testament to how good Destiny 1 was, is it looks very similar. I don't think there was much of an update to it, but I think that's because just how good Destiny 1 graphically looked in the way the world, and they're keeping it very similar. What did you guys think about the reveal?
So I was actually really excited for Destiny 2, and it's still going to be a day one, because They're bringing so much, but at the same time, it gives me my MMO feel itch that I get. But my biggest thing about Destiny 2 is they might as well have just made it another DLC and made us pay $60 for it and just added on to the other game. Like, I'm sorry, but you're getting like 4 new moons off of other planets when you're taking away the other planets, so you're not actually giving us a whole solar system.
Yeah, it's just 3 new worlds, and you're still on Earth.
Okay, well, you're getting another position on Earth, but you're not going to keep the old ones. So why didn't they
from what I saw, nope.
So
I think that's just to get away from the weapons and stuff, so they can't let you play on the...
They still could have done that. You still could have, like...
Well, no, because if you play the raids, the old raids, you're still going to get the raid weapons that are in there.
Well, it's okay if they...
They've reset the raids and all that crap before. They could have taken everything away.
Fair enough.
They did it before. They added them back with the new vault and stuff like that when they added the lights. So why didn't they just take the original base game, which was supposed to be a 10-year base game, and then just added this, make us pay $60 because we knew you were going to do it to us anyways, whatever. But you could have added it to the first game and then just took everything away. They still could have played the whole tower got destroyed.
I think the biggest part of that is the updates that they did to the engine for the new game. They probably couldn't implement those because it was built off the
I
old
thought
code.
the engine was the same engine.
It's the same.
Yes, but it's tweaked.
But it's tweaked so they can do faster content, some better stuff, and this, that, and the other. I think they're trying to make it more streamlined so they can get more content out to people fast, which is...
I think it just looks a little bit better. I don't know about the extra stuff because...
Yeah, it just looks a little better.
I mean, with Call of Duty, they do the same thing. It looks better, but it's the same engine, like that.
Yeah. I'm excited about it because I didn't really get into Destiny 1 as much as I wanted to. I jumped into it really late with the Taken King, and everybody was so far advanced by the time I got it. I'd never really got a chance to, get involved in it as much as everybody else did. So I'll get it day one and start with everybody else. That way I can play with everybody when I get a chance to jump online.
Yeah. I agree with Scottish Smurf there. Is like 3-player still for strikes and missions is still a fail. I agree. I don't know why they still do that. It's just the weirdest thing ever. But I mean, they only have 3 classes, so I guess that's the...
Yeah, I'm kind of used to that at this point. But the big thing that was strange to me was the 4-person Crucible.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, 4v4 on all modes. Oh my god.
3v3 and 6v6 made sense. You either had your squad that you rolled PvE with for the 3v3 ones, or you got 2 squads together for the 6v6 ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now you've got 4v4, which is 1 squad and 1 person. And then if you go back to PvE with that same squad, 1 person misses out. You're going to find a new group of people to go with.
Yeah, I agree. What did you guys think?
I don't like that at all.
It should have just been a mode. It shouldn't have actually been... They should have kept
all
the
of them.
6v6,
like a ranked playlist.
Have the 3
like
versus 3. Yeah, like they should have had the different modes. They could have done it. To change everything to just like 4 versus 4. That's ridiculous.
You see they're going for the esports kind of thing. They're pushing that pretty hard.
Well, I
think that's why.
understand that, but you pretty much have to be like, if your friends all want to play and you have like 6 friends, you gotta be like, oh, sorry, I only want these 3. The other 3 are gonna have to just sit out until we're done.
That sucks for game time.
Yeah.
Just less people in game time.
And
they don't even have private matches when it first comes out. You have to wait for that later. That sucks.
Amazing if they don't have that from launch.
And also, I mean, how seriously can they get into an esports type environment without having dedicated servers? I feel like that's a huge one.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's disappointing.
Just the way Destiny is set up, it doesn't work for esports because all the loot is random, and
well, when you play like
how do you have a level playing field with
when you play like
loot?
MLG kind of like Call of Duty, they're not like playing on like public servers or anything like that. That's all internal stuff.
True.
So your public matches and training and all that stuff for the MLG, it's going to be all in the public stuff. But when you get into the actual competitions, it won't be.
I don't see it with the esports thing because those like really fast. It feels really fast. You're playing really fast, like a Twitch shooter or whatever you call it. They slowed down the Crucible on this one.
Interesting.
So how is that going to work?
Yeah, I'll have to see how that plays.
And it takes longer to kill people and stuff like that as well. So that's a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
Well,
when it comes to the whole Crucible thing, I'm disappointed. I'm just going to say that right now. If you guys want to hear more about it, I have a video. But, I am looking forward to the campaign, though, so yay.
I was going to say,
I'll give you
from
that.
the downside, let's go to the upside.
No Grimoire cards.
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah, I didn't understand that the first time. But So first, I have to say this: the Titan. Okay, so now first we had the Hulk, then we had Thor, and now we have
Captain America.
Captain America.
So
Hell yeah.
I'm awesome. I'm
like
happy
that
as
is
shit.
going to be awesome. But the Hulk got better.
Yes, they
So-
fixed of Havoc like crazy good now. Like I cannot wait to play that.
Because now
like,
Hulk
smash it
Smash
multiple
gets to
times.
go Hulk Smash, Smash, Smash.
and then run around quickly and dash and stuff. I think that's just like a much needed improvement.
Yeah, it looks like that initial smash is also not as powerful anymore,
Right.
which
Yeah,
is
they
makes
lowered it
sense
a
'cause
little
you're-
bit.
Well, no,
Gonna
you
be
get
max
to
smashing
just
all
have
the
it
time.
longer. So you're like what they
shoulder
did was
dashing.
pretty much they took the radius of it, shrank that down, but allowed you to go farther and have it longer. And I think that's much better because that was all Titans had. Like you literally had one smash, and then if you're lucky and there was enough of them there, then you got enough people. But if not, then you were done. That was quick.
Mhm.
Yeah, every time.
hopefully
of
that'll
Panic.
reduce. Yeah, hopefully that'll reduce the whole Fist of Panic thing.
Yeah.
You have to use it more in advance.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
agree.
do also like. I may actually play the wizard or the warlock. Sorry, the warlock.
Yeah, Warlock.
Because of the whole phoenix thing. I think that's actually pretty neat
Dawnblade.
because it's
Yeah.
a sword. Like, first
Yeah,
off,
that
why
thing
didn't the
is
hunter
awesome.
get that? What the hell is that shit? Like, really? But
We're-
whatever.
Hunters are pole dancers. We're dancing with
Apparently, no. We're like some
Tell them something about
friggin'.
that.
We get to be some like
Hey.
old monk that gets to be like,
I think it's cool.
I hit you with a stick.
I think it looks much
Old.
better than
It's super fast, girl. I like it.
Blade Dancer. I thought it was much better. Than Blade Dancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played
Blade
the
Dancer is like the
Blade
biggest
Dancer
cheese
was
thing.
my thing. I
It was
love
the
the Blade
cheesiest
Dancer.
fucking skill ever.
And now you took away my daggers and replaced it with a stick.
Well, you're gonna get it back, but not like it's kind of
Yeah.
like you lose your light and your specials, and then you gotta gain them back. So
Yeah.
you will get it back eventually, because Gold Gun's still there and all the other stuff. So yeah.
But I think they're changed. Them.
Blade
Dancer's gonna
Dancer
be
is
the
no
pole
longer
thing.
Blade Dancer.
It's gonna be the
It's a staff now.
All right, I want to bring up something that was like.
I thought that was the new mode, but you still got the old ones, because
No.
Gold Gun's still there, and
Well, Golden Gun is it's
shield.
been enhanced. Like
Yeah, I
the
know.
Golden Gun is just enhanced, but Blade Dancer, like they did actually change some of the weapons for the specials. Like,
I know.
there's a shield which I believe is going to be the Void for the Titan.
The Titan.
Which you no longer have a bubble, you have a shield.
Which I don't know how I feel about that, but Shield. Looks
I think
cool, though.
that it's gonna let you choose which one
We'll
when you
see.
click on that.
I
That's
think
what
we're
I
gonna
think,
see
because
boxes.
what's his name? Lord Saladin still had it, so that's why. I'm guessing.
Well,
let's
he's
see.
specialty though, and he's from an original, so
Or
technically
he went and found new skills for you to earn. I don't know.
We shall
I mean,
see.
they found
think
new
it'll be
skills in the first
interesting.
one.
Because
True.
well, it's just when they were explaining the skills, when they were actually doing the skill trees, they said like it's literally just simple, straightforward. It's not you get to pick and choose anymore. Like
Yeah.
they pretty much said that, so I don't think they're going
They streamline it for sure. So, how's everybody feel about the frame rates? Is anybody pissed off that it's not 60 FPS? Like people are
I
bitching
couldn't
and
care
complaining
less.
about?
I don't care.
If
not a big
Destiny
deal.
1 was at 60 FPS, then I would feel slighted because then we're losing out on the sequel. But
Oh
because
yes,
this one
true.
is at 30, you know, we're already accustomed to that gameplay style. It's been brought up on some other podcasts earlier this week that, you know, Bungie hasn't really made a 60 FPS game on console ever. So maybe it's something to do with them. I don't think that it has to do
I
with
don't
this
think so.
marketing deal like some people are saying. I just think that's how they coded the game. That's how they wired it to work. You know, whenever it comes to frame rates, I always go back to the original Dark Souls on PC. A lot of people had PCs capable of playing that game at 60 frames per second, and they were able to basically bypass the frame rate lock that it was set at 30 FPS,
Mhm.
and that caused huge problems for everybody because
Exactly.
the game was coded to work at 30 frames per second. So weapon degradation, everything was tied to this 30 frames per second. When your weapon was going through enemies at double the frames per second, your weapon degraded at double the speed. So, you know, they have it hardwired that way. If they can get it up to 60 FPS, I think they should.
Mm.
But, you know, I don't know that there's any sort of conspiracy going on where Sony is paying
No.
for parity between systems. I think that's a little
don't-
bit of a reach there.
Yeah, I don't think there's any kind of like thing with that either. I simply think it's, look, if one console can only do 30 and another one doing 60, there's a clear advantage between players in that frame rate range. Like when you start going up and higher, those kind of things just kind of go away, and everybody's like at more of an even playing field. But when you're going from 30 to 60, there's definitely an advantage there, and I think that's more of what it is, where they don't want like Scorpio and the Pro doing 60 against like the base console guys doing 30. That's just going to be an unfair advantage, and we're going to see that in multiplayer games across the board going forward. If one can only hit 30, it's going to be 30 all the way across. Like that's the only way to keep it fair.
And from a software perspective, I mean, that could cause other problems where, like, say if you're playing the game at 60 frames, it could be sending the bullet at a faster speed to those on a 30 frames console. Like if you're playing co-op with somebody on,
you'll get
let's
less
say,
latency on 60 FPS versus 30 FPS and stuff like that. So you're going to be quicker.
So it could cause more problems between getting crossplay between these mid-gen upgrades and their base counterparts. So I think even though there's been some weird tweets coming out from Mike Ybarra about how they're not necessarily saying that the frames need to stay the same, even though they came out in the past and said the frames did need to stay the same.
Yep.
That's something for another discussion. But I think that for a game like this where it's basically an MMO, so you're always online. And yeah, they don't have this problem on PC when you're talking about like World of Warcraft, where some people are playing at 60, but some people are playing at 144 frames and all that kind of stuff. But this game isn't. Yes, it is on PC, but you're not playing with people on PC. You're playing with people on either Xbox or PlayStation
right.
Whether you've got the Pro or the Scorpio, like trying to get those to even out.
Right.
I mean, just asking for more work and more problems when you try to get into that. So
yeah.
I'm all right with it being at 30 frames.
For me, like being a console gamer, I primarily play console because it's like an even playing field for everyone, right? Like everybody has the same box. We have the same version of the game. We have the same controller, essentially. Yeah, you can have a Scuffly or whatever. Might give you a little bit of an advantage, but at its core, it's a level playing field for everyone. And I think that's what they want to do with the multiplayer. I don't really think they can't develop a 60 FPS game. Also, I heard that the PC port they're really spending a lot of time on and making that as polished as they can, and it might not be day and date with the console release. So that's going to be an interesting.
Yeah, it has no release date.
Yeah.
True.
So that's going to be interesting.
I would have liked to have that. That would have been nice, so it could be smoother and it just run better.
Yes.
Or feel better, actually. But, I mean, it's not going to stop me from buying the game if that's what I want to do. I haven't officially, said I'm going to buy it day one. But I'm going to...
Stop lying to yourself.
There's nothing... Okay, I saw a lot of great things. I'm not going to lie, but I saw some other things that kind of bothered me a little bit, and nothing that wowed me. So, I'm going to wait
just to play with me.
You see how
you
see how she is?
But you will.
You're adorable.
You did it.
You're adorable. Stop it.
Spitting?
Stop
No,
it.
it's true.
What's up, Lethal?
All right. Well, I just wanted to say real quick that I am looking forward to the beta because that's how I'll know for sure, and that's coming out this summer. It's weird that they didn't say when, but hopefully we'll hear that at E3.
Oh, that's gonna be like E3, like that day. It's gonna be like, hey, go play it.
Well, no,
that would be
it'll
nice,
be that day
but...
for PlayStation.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I'm being serious. They already stated that. Well, no, it's not even that. They already stated that the PlayStation 4 is going to have an earlier beta than the Xbox One.
Yeah, that's expected.
So
good, they can fix everything before we get all the bugs.
Yeah, but either way, I'm looking forward to that, and then I'll know for sure how it feels, if it feels the difference, if I'm not interested, and then I'll know if I want to pick it up day one. Because if not, I could wait until the price drops. To be honest, because I'm more interested in the story rather than the campaign. I mean, the
multiplayer,
the Crucible, and all that crap. So yeah.
What's up, Fastback? Foul. He's like, will they have 4K textures on PC and Scorpio? Yeah, I believe so. I think they're gonna have like a 4K version for the PC, so it makes sense for Scorpio if it can run it. Absolutely.
I think it's going to look better on Scorpio than it does on the Xbox One, but the frame rates, I think that it's better to keep them aligned across both platforms. Just again, I just think it could add so many more problems that we may not even realize right now.
Yeah. To Mr. Bax, frame rates don't make a good player good. 30 extra frames doesn't make a bad gamer great. And I totally agree with that. You still have to be good at the game. But if you are good at the game, it does give you an advantage over people that are only 30 FPS. I'm not defending that they're doing 30 FPS, but the first game was 30. I don't think we should be bitching if this one's going to be 30 across the board. I think it should be 60 for all of them, but if they can't do it, they can't do it. I mean...
Well, now I was actually thinking about that. If they were to do 60 for all platforms, like how would you feel if you didn't have a PS4 Pro or you didn't have a Scorpio, and you were playing a version of Destiny 2 that was it maybe like 720p or even sub 720p with less particle effects and stuff like that? I mean, you would not enjoy that experience. They're trying to make the experiences enjoyable for all of the people that are going to play this game, not for a specific subset.
Look what they had to do with the Call of Duty games to get them to run. Black Ops 3 and all that stuff, and how much different and terrible they looked compared to the Xbox One versions, just to get them at 60 FPS. Like, I don't think anybody wants to do that, and I'm sure Bungie doesn't want their games looking like that on any console. They want it to look the best they possibly can. So, I'm sure it's just a developer decision. But anyway, any other anybody want to talk about Destiny anymore?
I think
Did we kill it?
Beat
I'm
it.
excited for it. I can't wait for it.
I'm excited.
I talked about it earlier, so I'm good.
Go check out Fox's video if you want to see her thoughts on it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to
Sweet.
Scalebound's trademark has been renewed. So I seen on social media and people going back and forth like, oh, we're gonna see it at E3. I don't think this is what this means. I think Microsoft is taking care of their IP. They have all the assets and all that kind of stuff. They're renewing it. They might eventually work on it again, but I think it's a little too soon since they just canceled it a few months ago. To go ahead and say, hey, here's Scalebound again.
Plus, it's better to have the trademark than someone else buy it and then use it and kind of degrade it.
Oh my god, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I know, right? We think
Perfect. Perfect.
Companies do this all the time. It's just to retain rights to the game. But in GKB, you're right. I mean, with them canceling that and canceling Fable and canceling, I guess, a couple other games like Gigantic and stuff, having their problems, they came out now. And we're like, oh, yeah, if they brought it to E3 this year, I don't think anybody would believe them, with the history they've had with this game so far. It's just, it'd just be bad press for them if they mentioned it at E3 this year.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree.
So for everyone asking, Newf was not able to make it tonight. He had other obligations, but we all miss him, and hopefully he'll be back next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's not fired or anything. Don't worry, people.
Yeah.
Just had something to do.
No, I think everybody nailed this one on the head there. Scalebound's trademark being renewed, that doesn't mean it's actively in development right now. I don't expect to see it at E3. All that means is that Microsoft is protecting their rights to the game and that there is a future for the game at some point in time, whether that's in a year or in 5 or 10 years. All that means is that Microsoft wants to hold on to those assets, and they still plan on making this game. It's not dead to them, but that doesn't mean that anything is actively happening with it. Maybe it is, and we'll all be surprised, but don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes
I thought
up.
I was gonna see SheWulf doing backflips and shit.
I was thinking that too when I saw that, like in the news and stuff. I was like, "Oh my god, I hope SheWulf didn't see this."
Okay, so first off, I'm not stupid to get hyped for something that I know. I know when
That's
somebody.
not what we said.
Well, it's kind of what. No, the funnier part is when I had probably about 30 DMs all saying, "Did you see this?"
Yeah.
And I'm reading them, and I'm like, okay. Some of them were like, some of the articles were misleading because they were like, has been renewed. Like they made it sound like the game was actually renewed. But then I was like, well, no, because they're not going to cancel a game this quick and then turn around
They'd be like,
this
oh, here's some more money,
fast
guys.
and be like, oh,
And
guess
they're
what?
psyched.
So I would have loved that. But I'm not stupid to believe it. So I'm like, okay, so I read farther, obviously, looked into it, and that's when I found out it was a trademark thing. And I'm like, okay, so that could be one of two things. Either one, they still have the game, so technically they could like just take it, revamp it some, and then release it with another developer. We know that can happen. Or two, they just have it so that nobody else can take it and give give the name a bad rep if they say later on down the line actually want to release it. So I'm like, I'm not going to get hopes up because, well, I know how it works in this industry, so.
Yeah, I feel like this may have been like a way to get a different developer on it. They didn't want to work with Platinum anymore.
Yeah.
So they basically canceled it and then renewed it so they can get a different developer working on it.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
I mean, I
don't think Platinum's gonna do it again. I don't think they're gonna go, hey, Platinum, here's another $50 million to not make our game.
No, that ain't happening.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
But yeah, it's cool that they're keeping it up. Hopefully, we'll see it in a year or 2, 3, maybe. I'm still excited. That was one of my most anticipated games.
Next generation.
Yeah,
It was like
on the next.
Now they get
my
to come out.
only anticipated game for the longest time
Yeah,
was
Dragon was
Scalebound.
like fuck yeah.
Aw.
I wanted
Ryan
like a
Dragon?
collector's edition with the headset and everything,
Yeah,
and I
that'd
was
be dope.
all ready for this. I even have like all that work that Tom, the Xbox Pope, did for like when he was designing the banners and all that. I have all of that. He sent I asked him to send me all of it, so I had copies of it back when he did it. So I still have all that and everything. I should like post it all over my Twitter just so that won't do anything. But hey, I do miss it, and they still have the base
Now they-
game. The whole everything they worked on is still there. Microsoft still owns it. So for them to turn around and do something with it, it is possible.
Yeah.
Now they're going to come out at E3 and say it's available now.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
right. Yeah,
Pick it up
right.
now. I don't think
And
so.
then go psych.
Ultimate marketing
Psych.
tactic. Cancel the game and then bring it back.
My bad. All right, let's go and move on to another controversial topic. I can't believe social media these days. So, Lawbreakers goes to PS4, and no one ever cared about the game before then. Like, what's going on, guys? Like, literally.
I would say nobody cared about it. Fox cared about it.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
hold on. A year, okay,
I was interested in it.
we were a year ago when the game
when they
was
first said
first
something about it.
announced.
It's like,
Everybody,
oh, Cliffy B, the guy who did Gears, is making a game. Yay.
well, yes, but like, okay, so 1 year ago, everybody was like, this would be great to see to come to consoles. Everyone said something that is true and everything, but then that was it. Once it was announced that it was on PC, everybody kind of dropped it, and
Yeah, we kinda let it
I
go.
actually played the beta. The game's
didn't
not
Cliffy B-
completely bad.
Didn't he say that it wasn't coming to console because the game was too fast paced?
Yeah, he
that
said a
you
bunch
could
of
not
stuff.
play this
He-
game
okay,
with a
so
controller, that you
he-
needed a mouse and keyboard?
He was kind of back and forth.
Sure
Like
did.
to some people, he did say,
I think he was
it was too
upset
fast.
because Sony and Microsoft didn't come and say, "Hey, put this game on our consoles."
Probably because like he also
Let's
told
be honest.
some people.
Cliffy B is a little bit of an asshole and a prima donna.
He's
Let's
a
just put that out
diva,
there.
okay?
Yeah, well, it's just some of the people he said that to, but then others he was like, oh, it's not off the table. I would like
Yeah.
to see it come
Right.
to consoles and
Sure,
all
that's what I
this.
want to say before we get
Like-
into all the negative stuff about it is Cliffy B has come out and stated that there could be an Xbox One version. Microsoft is getting their shit together. Scorpio is cool and all that kind of stuff. So don't put it out of the realm of possibility. But let's be honest here. Lawbreakers is not a system seller. Going to PS4 or Xbox One, I still wouldn't give a shit either way.
And
No, but,
honestly, I've played it. I played the beta, and it felt a lot like Overwatch, just more under. What would be the word? Like under, not developed, but underperformed than Overwatch. So for everyone to turn so this is my biggest problem with the social media and everyone who was complaining about it. Now, one, if you've been talking about it this whole time, I'm not talking about you. I am talking about the ones who didn't play it, didn't care
Doesn't know
about
anything
it, knew nothing about it, and then came out on Twitter and bitched because it was going to the PlayStation 4. That was the only reason you bitched about it. Like, literally, why didn't you go to the devs and be like, hey, I want this to come to Xbox One? No, you didn't. You only complained because it was going to the PlayStation 4. Like, that was ridiculous.
And I think, honestly, kudos to Boss Key Productions because this was a smart play. It was absolutely nobody was talking about this game. And I'm
brought
gonna
it
go out
back
there
to life.
there's been some people that says PC circles are talking about this game. No, PC circles are talking about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and Overwatch. Get a clue, people. They're not talking about Lawbreakers. But big kudos to them because nobody was talking about their game. They're saying, hey, we're going to put it exclusively on PS4. Now everybody's talking about it. That's a smart play. That's smart business.
It's the
And crap-
best free marketing without getting a marketing deal from a console manufacturer because what Tim was saying earlier about Scalebound, if they were to launch it, it's like all of a sudden you're going to drive up interest in it. Announcing this for PS4 and not Xbox One is the best way to drive up interest because all these PS4 gamers are like, oh, now this is ours. All the hardcore fan base, they're going to want to get this game. And then when it comes out on Xbox One, whether it's 6 months or a year later, all the hardcore Xbox One fanboys are going to want to buy this because now they can. It worked with Rocket League. Rocket League was incredibly successful. Granted, it's a fun game, but more people probably bought Rocket League because they couldn't buy it when it first came out. When it came to Xbox One, more people probably bought it because they couldn't get it 6 months ago.
I think
But my only thing, though, when it comes to this game is the fact that, people who were complaining about it, okay, I understand that, but at the same time, Microsoft, we don't know what happened behind the scenes. Like, we know that I'm sure PlayStation paid for it, but if Microsoft didn't make an offer to even get it on, that could technically be them, not like Cliffy B
honestly,
or
I think-
whatever. And people shouldn't go and threaten him just because it's not. We don't know the
No,
actual
Cliffy B's actually got a
circumstances.
small team. Like, he probably doesn't
Yeah.
have enough manpower to port it
To
to
do
both
both
of the things.
systems.
So Sony going over there and say, here's money, here's developers, and here's a studio that's going to port it for you. Again, is smart on Boss Key Productions that you should be doing to get your game out there more. Go ahead.
I don't think people were so upset that it's going because, like you said, no one was talking about this game.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We talked about this on Crossfire last week. I think people are more upset the fact that like Microsoft hasn't really done anything. Like you keep hearing all this news of all these games going to.
No, people
all
were
these
pissed
micro
because
sites.
it was going to PlayStation 4. It was all over
Well, all
the
the
place.
console warriors were.
Well, yeah,
yes.
the console guys
Yeah.
were all like,
Not like, regular gamers. But go ahead.
But Predator has a good point. But I also think that, like, with all that we've seen lately coming from the PlayStation camp, like, we
oh,
know
yeah, they're
that
on point.
they're on point. But how much have we said in the past couple of weeks how we don't want E3 to be spoiled? We don't want to see trailers. We don't
Right.
want to see leaks. So Microsoft, I'm hoping
Gamers are not happy, bro. They're
that
never
they're
happy.
holding everything to the chest. Gamers are not happy right now, but let's wait until E3.
Dude, they're
before we
not happy
cast
if you don't tell them anything. They're not happy if you tell them everything. They're not happy. Man. They're never happy.
Yeah, no, we're a fickle bunch.
Yeah.
we want to know but don't want to know.
Yeah. I don't want to know anything. I think what they're doing is cool. But yeah, like, again, nobody's talking about this game. I think at its core, it's a good game. It's a shooter, but I really don't think Lawbreakers like has that hook. That like Player Unknown Battlegrounds or like even Destiny 2 when it comes out to PC. I think that's going to be a huge game for PC. And I think Lawbreakers is going to get lost in the shuffle. I'm sorry, but I think that's just what's going to happen. But like Player Unknown Battlegrounds, like it's got this whole like you're playing Hunger Games, like it's a video game about like Hunger Games and how that's set up. And like Lawbreakers really is just a gravity gameplay kind of mechanic on a first-person shooter, which yeah, it's cool, but I don't think that's going to keep players around for very long.
Especially when there's so many other better shooters that have released.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not hating on the game. I think the game's cool. I think it's gonna do fine. But
Yeah,
like this
I'm
whole like nonsense over like what console's
Yeah.
going on is just absolutely absurd.
I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I would pick it up if it was on the Xbox, but it doesn't matter because my brother has a PlayStation. If I really wanted to, I could pick it up there and
Yeah.
try it and see, if it's worth getting or whatever. So
Well, be cautious.
still
because
interested in it.
It's a digital only release, so you buy it and you've got it for life. You can't trade it in or anything.
oh, never mind. I'm not picking it up.
Oh,
Then.
she get it. She needs
It's
that.
coming out later this year, so there's a lot of other games coming out this year too that they probably will kind of push that one out of the way. So
I agree. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, it's just what it is. Like, yeah.
At
Plus
least
it's in
what we
beta.
can say is they're selling it at the right price for a multiplayer only game. $30.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's
Oh,
the
absolutely.
right price point. That's the sweet spot.
Absolutely. I think it's
Yeah.
going to have a player base. I just don't think it's going to be like a huge game. It has the potential just like any indie developer does.
But wasn't it supposed to be free to play last year when they announced it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Yeah.
like free to play. How things change.
And it's still in
they don't know what
beta.
they're doing.
Like, when's the actual release date for this game?
It just says later this year.
So,
So
okay, so
I just
they
looked it
are
up.
officially
You'll see
going
it
to
at E3
release it.
probably.
Okay.
It'll be on Sony stage, whatever. Doing that thing.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think this is a console seller for either. Kudos to Sony. Kudos to Boss Key. You got people talking about your game. You're getting the hype for it. That's what you should be doing to sell
Plus,
your
hey,
game.
Sony needs more shooters.
True.
Yeah.
They don't
True.
have
It's
a whole
ironic
lot
that-
of shooters. We got tons.
Yeah. Everybody made such a big deal about a shooter going to PlayStation 4 when Xbox is supposed to be the shooter box, but yet we're upset when they call Xbox the shooter box. Now the shooter's going to PS4. We're upset that it's not coming to Xbox. Go figure that one out.
You damned if you do, and you
You
damned
did.
if you don't.
It's probably going to come eventually, guys. Like I wouldn't really worry
But
about
a lot of people have been making a lot of great points on this. TXR made a lot of great points about their opinions on this game and where it's headed and stuff like that. And I think for everyone who's listening, I think you guys should just go and listen to all the opinions, but make your own opinion towards this, because really in the end, yes, it sucks for not getting it because it'd just be great to see another game on Xbox, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world.
it. Yep. You guys wait till
Honestly,
E3.
I didn't care about this game before, and I still don't care about it.
Yeah, like literally yesterday for about 5 hours or so, people blew up about it. Do you hear anything about it today?
No.
That's literally how fast it was. Like, It went from nobody talking to it, somebody talking to it for a couple hours, and then back to nobody talking about it again. That's it, people.
They come out of nowhere and we're like, how dare you get that game? Okay, I'm done.
Bye.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I don't know. Wait, when are we talking about that?
Next, Phil Spencer.
No, I was gonna say Far Cry 5. Nobody's.
I don't know.
You know,
Did we even put that on there? I don't even think it's in the topics. So then I'm just gonna quickly throw this one out there. At the same time yesterday, Far Cry 5 was announced that it's going only to PlayStation in their trailer. Yet nobody was bitching about that.
Not only going, but it's...
No, the trailer says it's only going to be on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Pro. Right at the very end of it.
I think that's just Sony marketing.
You think that's how they're
It's going to be a
marketing?
multi-plat game.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I think Sony just has the marketing rights to it.
And
Well,
that-
for anyone who
we're gonna
watched
talk
the
about that
trailer...
anyway.
Huh?
That's going to go into the Phil Spencer thing anyway. So.
Oh, okay.
So, on that note, let's go ahead and get into the Phil Spencer stuff. So, Phil Spencer goes and talks to some community members that I know. I'm sure the rest of the panel does know too. And talks about the Sony deals and talks about the future plans of Xbox. And we're going to go ahead and talk about the Sony deals one, and then we'll get into the next one. So, Tony Berg, went out to Phil Spencer and said, honest question, are you concerned with all these Sony deals? Phil Spencer replied it's all just business. We have a long-term vision for Xbox, and we are building towards that. Marketing deals are great, but not the strategy for Microsoft. How do you guys feel about that? Because I got to be honest here. I think they're missing some really good opportunities this year. You have a new console coming out. I think it's imperative that you get some of these really big third-party deals like a Destiny, Battlefront, and all that kind of stuff to prop that new hardware that you want to get out of here. So I do think this is a misstep, and I'm interested to see where he's going. I'm giving Microsoft the benefit of doubt until E3. I want to see what they bring us, and if it's lackluster or nothing, I definitely will have something to say about it. So what do you guys think?
Mm-hmm.
My biggest...
I'm hoping it's...
Oh, go, Mike.
I was going to say, I'm hoping he's got a couple of aces up his sleeve that just haven't leaked out yet. I know they're being really, they're trying to keep all the E3 information really, really close and tight inside the Microsoft headquarters. So they're not leaking this out. They're doing everything they can to prevent leaks. We may be very pleasantly surprised. We may not be. I don't know. I could be talking out my ass. But, I think that what Phil Spencer was trying to say is like, okay, so Sony is paying for all this marketing because, at this point, what do they have from first-party offerings that we haven't seen in the past? They're going to be showing us a lot of stuff that we've already seen before. They may have some surprises for us in store, too. I'm not saying Sony doesn't have an ace up their sleeve as well. But from what we know of, we've seen a lot of this stuff in the past. They've only got the third-party going for them. And when you've got Scorpio launching around the corner, and that's going to clearly showcase these third-party games in the best light compared to the PS4 Pro, from what we've been told, that's what we should be seeing. So maybe he just doesn't want to pay for all these marketing deals when the game's going to look better on his system no matter what.
I agree with that, but on the same token, like Sony's been masterful with their marketing and pretty much we were on there the other day and people like Luca and stuff, before they got into the whole podcasting and all that kind of stuff, they were like, I thought Destiny was a PS4 exclusive. They didn't know. And that's the same thing that kind of goes here because that's what they do with their marketing. They're really masterful at it.
Well, see, that's where I was going to throw out, like, yes, okay, the Scorpio is releasing in the fall, but so is Destiny 2, so is Call of Duty, so is Battlefront. And when people walk into the store in Christmas time, they're going to see, because we all know gaming stores, they show their posters, and the posters always have who they're marketed by. And people are going to walk into these stores and they're going to see these big name titles. Yes, they're third party, but they're going to say PlayStation on them. They're not going to say they're not going to say Scorpio on them. So I just don't think that is absolutely the best move.
No, what Microsoft marketing needs to do is get a Scorpio demo unit out into every store with a 4K TV hooked up to it so that they can showcase those exact same games that you're seeing a PlayStation poster for, running a demo on Scorpio right next to the PS4 Pro demo and saying like, oh, well, shit, this one looks a lot better. So to the casual gamer, I'm going to get it on the better system because if you look at a lot of the reasons why people bought into the PS4 ecosystem, it was because the games had better resolution, better frames per second. The games ran better. That's the top two reasons why people bought the PS4 over the Xbox One. So if the Scorpio can basically overtake that argument, then you're going to see the casual market, which is where the majority of sales come from. You're going to see that slowly go towards Scorpio. it also all depends on how heavily invested people are into the digital ecosystem. If you've got a digital library on PS4, I don't expect you to come over to Xbox Scorpio right away. And same thing if you've got a lot of digital games on Xbox One, I don't expect you to jump into the PS4 right away.
No, I agree. I just think at this point, here's the thing. I get it. They're gonna look better on the Scorpio. They're gonna be 4K native, whatever you want to throw out there. But marketing just goes such a long way, and to not have these big games when your newest console is coming out, I still think is a misstep on Microsoft. I think they should have got at least one of these. I think they might have Splinter Cell and Assassin's Creed and all that, but still, I'm a huge Splinter Cell fan. I don't think those even carry a light to Destiny
Especially
or a
with
COD or anything like
Ubisoft's
that. They sell
reputation.
millions
Microsoft
and
marketing
millions.
has been shit this whole
They
generation.
have absolutely
And
been shit.
Yeah.
when was the last time you saw a Microsoft commercial? I mean, thinking off the top of my head, I think it was Halo Wars 2. That was back in February.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been shit this year. And I'm hoping, I know they're trying to be quiet right now, but with Sony taking all the limelight this whole first half of the year, they're gonna have to step their game up once after E3, so they can get some notoriety out there for the big holiday push.
I just looked at the Far Cry 5 trailer, and that's what 90% of people. That's the only thing they're going to see about it is the trailers, and it looks like it's a PlayStation exclusive.
Exactly.
If you go to the website, it says that it's on Xbox and PC as well.
But nobody's gonna go there. Everybody's on YouTube watching the trailers. And
Everybody's
Do they
just
have
watch
that-
the trailer.
Do they have that small print in the bottom where it says exclusive content for a year? Because
It
that's what they
just
did for
says
Destiny.
4 and PlayStation 4 Pro.
Wow.
And that's what I'm
mean,
saying is the casual gamers. I hate to say it, but they push the gaming market. They're the ones that are out there. They're the ones that everybody's marketing to. And seeing that, and they're not going to go research anything. They're going to see a YouTube video or a trailer and being like, "Oh, it's only on PlayStation. Cool. I'm going to go get me a PlayStation." And I think that's the biggest misstep in why I think marketing for Microsoft has been lackluster. And if I was running the company, I'm sorry, I'd be finding some new people in there to get this going. They really need it, honestly. They're just terrible.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. I don't think that third-party marketing rights is everything, but I mean it's nice to have a few, especially if we had some of the big ones that are coming up, like Star Wars or something like that.
Yeah.
The fact that it's on PlayStation again, people are definitely going to be like, "Oh yeah, it's another exclusive, right?" Because that's what the first one was promoting.
It wouldn't seem so bad if PlayStation didn't have everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
If it was a
some of them were
50-50
just,
or two Microsoft, the rest it'd be a little bit better. But man, they have literally every big game this year.
Even if some of them were just didn't have any marketing deal, they were just
just up in the
by
air
themselves.
Yeah,
it wouldn't look as bad. But PlayStation seems to have everything.
I agree. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the second question he was asked, and this was Tim Dog, Beastfire Tim Dog from BGST and TXR. He's asked, what would you consider a long-term vision for Xbox in regards to questions you answered about third-party marketing? Phil Spencer answers, build around gamers and games, create the best place to play, respect the players, focus on devs, and build innovative first-party games. That's what he's saying. Again, I think first-party is good. I think they need to pay into some more first-party studios, get some fresh blood in there, get some new creative ideas. But I don't think first parties carry the weight that they used to in the 360 PS3 era. I think third parties have now taken over that reign. I just don't know. And honestly, according to Metacritic and gaming media and all that stuff, for the most part, they haven't been doing as good as PlayStation's first-party offerings as well. So, what do you guys think?
Just look at the games that are always hitting the charts on NPD. It's the third-party games that are on there month after month. First-party games show up for maybe a month or two, but they're not there for the entire year. So, yeah, third-party games, I mean, they do have a much bigger impact on sales overall.
I agree. I mean,
I think
that's
what Microsoft's issue is they need more than just, I hate saying this, but they need more than just Halo, Forza, and Gears.
Yeah.
They need more AAA IPs that people are going to grasp onto for the next couple of generations. Because right now, I mean, I think everybody's kind of burned out on Halo a little bit. Gears doesn't come out as often, but I think people are starting to get burned out on that too. Forza, it comes out every year as well. another iteration of Forza. There's nothing else other than that. And everything they tried this generation so far with Recore, Quantum Break, Rise, we're not going to get sequels for 2 of those. It doesn't seem.
Yep.
So I mean, like, there's nothing else coming down the pipe that people are like, oh, I can't wait for this next game. They pretty much burn their bridges with either the other publishers or just with sales or whatever the other game was. So they just need another IP that's going to grab onto everybody out there that they can continue down. It's going to keep our attention for the next 10 years.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree. I think they're making like these first party games like you're saying, but they're not getting the notoriety either. But they're also not even promoting them. Like there was literally nothing but like maybe a couple internet commercials for Recore. Like I thought that was absolutely absurd. They could have took money from these other big, like Gears and stuff that really don't need that marketing to sell those games because they're going to sell anyway. It's like Uncharted and all those games. You're just going to make an Uncharted or Last of Us 2. Like it's going to sell. Like regardless of you put it out there or not. They're just going to be like, oh my God, it's a Last of Us or, it's a Halo game. We're going to go buy the shit out of it. Why didn't you take some of that money and put it towards these games for marketing and all that kind of stuff and bolster these games up a little bit? It's like you're not even trying. You're just like, yeah, I'm making a game. Maybe people like it, maybe not, and just move on. Like I just don't understand this mentality they have right now.
Yeah, one of the big problems is that Microsoft managed to mistime the release of all their their exclusive games, like Sunset Overdrive, Rise, Quantum Break. It all came out early in the console's lifetime, and that was kind of when multiplats were king. And now people are more moving towards exclusives being a big seller, and we've already burnt all the gone through all the exclusives that they had, and we've just got multiplats now.
Yeah.
Because nobody bought them.
Except for Quantum Break, and Recore. Those 2 are more recent.
Yeah.
Compared to the other ones
I
that
think
you
they're
mentioned.
fabulous
But
games.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong, but
I would like
absolutely.
a main single campaign.
Watch out, Fox! Don't say that, man. I did that, and people lost their fucking mind on me.
I would like to have that, and it be interesting enough for it to come back. Like I wanted that for Alan Wake and Quantum Break, and those are gone. So I would like something like that again. I want our own Tomb Raider kind of thing. Obviously Tomb Raider's not ours, but it was awesome when we had it here, and now it's going to sleep for a little bit. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed, but I'm still looking forward to the games that are coming out.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, we have a lot of questions when it comes to Sea of Thieves and Crackdown and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So
I'm hearing rumblings that Sea of Thieves is going to get pushed back. I hope that's not true.
Yeah.
I hope it comes out this year, but
I wouldn't be surprised if it was pushed
I
back,
wouldn't be
though.
surprised
It
either.
needs to come out though. That's the
I
only
think
thing.
that should be released as a preview game.
Oh my god,
That
I've been
makes sense.
saying that for so long.
That's the perfect place for it.
Yeah, I agree. Build the community
Make
up
some
and all that
money,
kind of
build the community.
stuff. Yep, I agree.
I'm looking forward to E3 and seeing what they have up their sleeves. Really.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I kind of sound like doom and gloom and all that kind of stuff, but I just want them to do well. I want all the
GTB, you
companies-
bumming me out, bro.
I want them all to do well. I want good competition in the industry because that's gonna
Yes.
make new cool things for everyone, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give them till E3. I want to see what that happens. I hope they have some awesome stuff up their sleeve. I hope they, deliver on their promises and all this kind of stuff. But
Well,
if they don't,
that's what I
I'm gonna be
think.
the first one to say about it.
That's what I think Microsoft has going for right now is they can surprise us at E3. Whereas at this point in time, I've seen so much that already I know what games have Sony marketing deals. I have a general idea of what the Sony E3 press conference is going to be. So hopefully Microsoft can surprise me. If they don't, then we're going to have a very good conversation after the 13th.
Doesn't that worry you though? At the same time, what Sony's gonna have, and it's like game. Like, let's be honest here. Like, from what we know right now, they're gonna have Spider-Man. It looks like they're gonna have God of War and all these other games that we've already talked about. And what we're hearing on Microsoft's side, and I'm a tech guy and I love tech. We're gonna see the Scorpio. We'll probably see a bunch of VR stuff and everything like Sony did on previous E3s. But that worries me because that doesn't leave a lot of time for games. So does that mean they're not going to have a lot to show? Or they're just going to do a real quick run through of some stuff and call it a day? That worries me.
I don't know. Let's see how much money the Microsoft marketing team has saved over the past couple of months so that they can really push something out during the second half of the
You would
year,
think they
because
don't
that's
have
all that I
anything,
hope
man.
they got going for them.
I think
It's
they
funny you
just
say
gonna
that
be
because I remember tweeting, what's that guy's name? I can't think of one of the guys' name. But I asked him why they weren't doing like a Super Bowl commercial for E3. I mean, not for E3, for a Super Bowl commercial for Xbox, since they actually have an NFL thing going with EA Sports and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh, we're saving the money for E3."
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
Yo, big shout out to the
Oh,
126
was it Aaron Greenberg?
No.
watching us right now. You guys are awesome. We love you so much. Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
Oh, she was asking me Aaron Greenberg. I can't think of the guy's name. He does the giveaways on Fridays. Why am I?
Oh,
Major Nelson.
Yes, Major Nelson.
But Phil Spencer also went on and said like they did a run through of their E3, and it looks full and promising. So can't wait to see. We're gonna be live streaming it, guys. So come check it out. You'll see our live reactions. Me flip the fuck out if they don't show anything good, and all that kind of cool stuff. So
The cool thing about I'll say this now because the cool thing about the PlayStation is most of them are gonna be third-party games. I'm gonna be like, ooh, I'm getting that on the Xbox. So we're good. I'm still gonna enjoy that one just as much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I agree, Cypher. Man, like, yeah, we're gonna see like what they have. I think they're gonna have more than just VR and all this other stuff too. I just hope they bring it big, man. They just need to. It's that time.
It's just going to be a smash cut of like 50 different exclusive titles, and you're not going to know what any.
Here's everything on the planet.
Man, I hope that VR does not play a big role into the Xbox E3 this year because
I want to say it. I hope it doesn't either, man. But it, like, I think Forza's gonna have VR support. Like, I think there's gonna be a big push.
Oh shit, Crap Gamer is gonna be freaking out.
Yeah, he's gonna love it. He's gonna be absolutely absurd.
Yeah, 'cause
they can tell us that games are
going
gonna have. They can tell us games are going to have VR support, but like I don't want to see like a 30-minute section of the E3 conference devoted to VR. As much as Crap has been talking up the PSVR,
You might, bro.
I'm sure that it's awesome, but it just doesn't appeal to me. I don't feel like buying a Scorpio and then paying another $400 for a VR unit. I'm sure once I try it, I'll never go back. I'm sure I'll love it, but like I'm not jumping to buy a VR headset as soon as one launches.
Yeah, it's one of those
Yeah.
like love-hate relationships, right? It's like it's either you love it or you hate it. I've tried a Vive and Oculus. My friend at work has both of them. It was okay. I mean, it was a cool experience and all that kind of stuff, but it's not nothing that warrants that kind of money to me right now. Like,
Yeah, we're still in the tech demo stage of VR.
Yeah.
Like, there's very few full
it's gotta
games
mature some
on it.
more. Let's go ahead and move on to another topic, and then we're going to get into Foxy deals. Red Dead, I don't know who didn't call this on the planet, is going to be delayed till spring 2018. Like, absolutely it was going to. Like, I think
never saw it
everyone's
coming. What are you
called
talking
this.
about?
Like, Rockstar is always good for at least one. Like, it doesn't surprise me one bit. We're going to see it at E3 probably on Sony's stage and all that kind of
Doesn't
stuff. So we'll see
even
the
have
game.
to be Rockstar. Every game this generation
I guess
has
that's
been
true, too.
delayed.
Yeah, at some point in
Well,
time, yeah.
but Rockstar has a tradition before
No,
this
I
generation
know.
of delaying games, so.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, Rockstar gets a pass because they make excellent quality games.
I'm worried about Red Dead 2. I'm not sure what Rockstar can do after GTA Online because they've realized what a money grab it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Red
feel
Dead's
like
going to have
Red
all
Dead-
that kind of stuff in it, bro.
Yeah. And since GTA Online came out, we haven't seen any story content from Rockstar. Like, we were promised story DLC for GTA 5 and never got it. And before that, I think since Red Dead 1 came out, I think they released a game or two every year. We haven't had anything since GTA 5.
That's crazy. Yeah, I like if I was to bet, I'm sure it's gonna have all that microtransactions and all kinds of stuff in Red Dead, or some component of it is going to anyway. I'm excited for that game. I think it's gonna be really cool. I haven't seen a Western game in a while, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's a
Yeah,
Western
I'll
game.
wait till I'll wait to see what it's like. It's not a day one buy for me.
We gotta wait to see the gameplay and all that kind of stuff, man.
Those screenshots that they dropped with the news of
They
the
look
delay,
unreal.
though, they looked really freaking
nice.
amazing.
Yeah, they looked actually really, really good.
Right, but like just because screenshots look good doesn't tell you anything about how the
No,
game
absolutely.
actually plays or anything. So
Absolutely. Or what it's gonna
Do you
look
think they're gonna show it? Do you think they're gonna show it at Gamescom?
I imagine
It
they show it at
depends
E3.
if Sony even goes to Gamescom. Because they didn't go last year.
I don't know why it wouldn't be at E3.
Yeah, I would think that it would be at E3 on Sony's stage.
I think like if so, whatever Sony's.
But they have so much to show. I'm
I
like, how are they
agree.
gonna fit it in there?
Yeah, I don't know either.
One game after another.
Well, I mean, they don't have
did
any
it
tech to
last
show either.
year.
So it's just going to be all like games like Microsoft did the previous year. It's going to be just games.
It's all going to be third-party games.
Yeah, third party, some first party thrown in there.
I was gonna say there's
Okay,
some
no-
first because they'll have like God of War. They'll
I think
have
Sony will actually be at
Spider-Man,
Gamescom this
they'll
year
have-
too.
Well, I didn't say they
Is it
wouldn't.
like
I
they-
just said if they don't, because
Yeah.
they did skip last year.
True.
That's all.
I'm sure we'll see something from Last of Us 2.
Oh, absolutely.
'Cause
They'll probably do another like teaser.
Sony's
in there.
not going to pass that up.
I think they're going to show gameplay. Honestly, they'll have some like made thing for E3 to show it off.
Maybe.
I'm excited for it because it's a Western game, so I'm
Yeah.
excited to see how it plays and.
Everybody ready for Foxy deals? Let's go ahead and get into it.
Hey, you got a steal. It's Foxy Deals.
All right, Fox, what do we got for Foxy deals?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Listen up. If you have some extra money and you want to pick up some games, here we go. On the Xbox with deals with gold, you got Overwatch for $39. Even though it's okay for that price, I got it for $30, so it's way better. It's a little bit cheaper, but if you guys really want to pick it up, there you go. It's $39. We have Battlefield 1. There's 3 SKUs of that, so that's 30, 40, and 65. That's not bad. It's awesome. And we have Titanfall 2, and I was kind of salty when I saw this because I recently bought this game for like $30, and now you can get it for 20 and 25. So that's the thing. What else? Oh, they also have a bundle with Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2, and that one is $60. Completely worth it. That right there is worth $60 for sure. We also have Mafia 3 for 20 and another one for 30. So that's pretty awesome. And another game that stood out to me was Rise and Shine. I am definitely picking this up. I was waiting for it to drop down to 10, and they dropped it to 9, so that's even better.
That's a good game.
So,
It's very
yes.
gory though.
Yeah, I seen you play. I think I seen. Who else have I seen? I see so many people play that game, and I'm like, oh, I want it, and I never picked it up. But now for sure, I'm picking that up. All right. Over on the PlayStation side, PlayStation Plus deals. They also have Overwatch for $39, Mafia for $30 and $45. So that's a little bit more expensive than the one on the Xbox. They have Rise of the Tomb Raider for $30 and BioShock Collection for $30 as well. They have Bloodborne. Woohoo! Shout out to Luca.
Oh, blah, blah.
$17.49. Sam, you know, you're already here. You know.
Yeah. Wish we got
and
those
then-
deals here.
Oh yeah, sorry. Exclusive USA. So then the last game that stood out to me was an awesome game that I have, and I played on the Xbox, and you can pick it up on the PlayStation. It's called Never Alone, and it's $3.59.
That's a good
So
game.
that
Pick
game-
it up.
Yes, and it has the DLC as well. Definitely worth it. I like it a lot. All right, online deals. We have GameFly doing a sale with their used games. So there's a lot of big titles that we know on there, like AAA games that are $20. So if you're interested and you already rent from them, check it out. We got some deals also on Xbox in the Microsoft Store. So this is for Halo 5 is $20. Dead Rising 4 is $36 and $48. So pick those up. Those are digital. And we have Battlefield 1 Collector's Edition with the statue, not the game, at Amazon for $30. That's freaking awesome. We have Overwatch for the PC. That is $30 in Blizzard's website. We have Titanfall 2 for Xbox One and PlayStation for $20. I believe that was Amazon because I didn't write it down here, but I believe so. And then we have Seagate external hard drive, also on Amazon. 2 terabyte is $70, 4 terabyte is $110, and 5 terabyte, which is the one I have, and that one is $139. So those are really awesome if you guys need some extra storage for all your awesome games and all the amazing backlog and backwards compatible games and all that good stuff. So those are all the deals that I found. If you guys have any deals, let me know on Twitter, and I will be posting all these on there later tonight. You guys want to add anything else?
No.
Nope.
All right, back to you guys.
Wow, that was fast. That was super fast. Good job, Fox. Can't wait to spend some money on some of them deals. All right. So,
By the way, I have like a lot more, but I didn't write them all down. But I'll post them on Twitter just so you guys know.
What?
I'll post more on Twitter. It's okay.
Oh my!
You holding out
gosh.
on us, Foxy?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
I
holding
see
out
how
on
it is.
us. So
Hey,
messed
my
up,
hand
Foxy.
got tired of writing. God, you guys, I was
we
busy all
might
day.
have to make a Foxy Deals section in Discord.
Yep.
I asked about that a while ago. But anyway, it's fine.
Didn't I
It's
totally
fine.
do that?
No.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because she wants everything to be about her.
Is she becoming a diva?
What?
Is she becoming a
What?
diva?
How dare you try me like that, girl? You know I said we need a deal section, and then GKB said that's cool, and I said make sure you don't write Foxy deals, please. And then she gonna put me out there like
Of course, it's gonna be
'Cause
Foxy
I was
deals.
gonna
Why
say
would we not
no, obviously it would be Foxy Deals.
put Foxy?
that. I don't
deals
want it to be about me. It's about the people's. I'm trying to save y'all some money. I love you.
People in the wallet.
The people's in the wallets and the monies.
Let's do another topic, and then we're gonna take some questions. Everybody in the chat, make sure you get us your questions. We're gonna do another topic, then we're gonna answer them, and then we're gonna get out of here. Let's talk about some Days Gone. So the voice actor says, it's gonna be at E3 in a big way. So last year we seen like basically a tech demo. I wouldn't say it's like anything substantial or anything like that. We pretty much saw a guy on a bike, some zombies chasing him through this building, and that's about it. I think it looks really cool.
We didn't even know they were zombies, to be honest.
Yeah, I shouldn't say
first.
zombies.
It was like
I don't really
just-
know if they're zombies either. It could be just like whatever. But I'm excited to see actually this game. I'm big into zombies. I love zombie games and all that kind of stuff. State of Decay, I'm excited for. This game, I'm pretty excited for. But I want to see like what the
concept is.
yeah, what the whole concept behind the guy, the protagonist, his motivations, what the story is going to be about.
Look, the concept is that this is a rip-off of Daryl from Walking Dead.
Yeah,
dude, it's got like a really Last of Us feel to it, though, doesn't it?
but the
Yeah,
biker
it
jacket and
Look,
everything.
everything that Sony does has Last of Us feel now.
That's true.
True.
Good. What were you gonna say, Mike?
Honestly.
Oh no! I was gonna say I agree with Timo what he was saying. Like it's kind of a ripoff from Daryl because Daryl's got that biker gang feel to him. Like when he first started out with his leather jacket and everything. And this character that we've seen now maybe there's a much deeper story going on. Maybe the jacket that he's wearing and all the previews that we've seen has like a more meaning behind it. But
yeah.
it looks like he's part of a biker gang and he survived some sort of zombie apocalypse. It's like, man, well, how much how much can I relate to you? I'm not part of a biker gang, so what else do you have going on? Are you going to have some family or something you're trying to save? Like, what's your motivation going to be?
Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of
It's black.
excited about because I think like the whole world and all that kind of stuff has this cool look and feel to it. But I'm more interested in like why am I going to care about this character and what's going on in the world?
Well, in some of the more recent screenshots that I've seen from it, like they're more showcasing the environment, which. I mean, it's looked pretty empty. Like he's wandering through like a very Last of Us feel, where there's not a whole lot going on. You're exploring this like post-apocalyptic world. I want to see more of the character motivation. It's going to be pretty much from what I understand the single-player game. So they're really going to have to draw me in some way beyond just there being like hordes of zombies that come after you from time to time.
Yeah.
As for the look, I just want to point out, one, if they are doing a Daryl thing, that is still one of the smartest things to do because he is one of the most popular Walking Dead characters, like
Yeah.
in
Oh,
time
yep.
for a character who never even existed in
Well,
the Walking Dead world. Just
but-
to say,
But just saying, how about that first-person Walking Dead game that came out for Xbox One a few years ago? That
yeah.
was you were playing as Daryl. That
Terrible.
game didn't really do too well. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think.
terrible.
no,
Yeah,
but I'm
that-
just
that
saying
was 'cause the
though,
game was
like,
shitty.
Yeah.
but in reality, though, the look of him is really what any standard person would kind of look like. Ripped up clothes with a backwards baseball hat running
So you're saying it's a
around.
generic
So
game?
Well, the look is
Damn,
generic, but
basic,
the
bitch.
game itself just looks like it's a world that's been destroyed. Yes, it looks like a whole bunch of zombies, but
it's a terrifying zombies. It's not the fucking slow walking thing. These fucking
No, they
things
run.
chase you.
Sprinting, it's the
it,
World
it
War Z
actually,
zombies.
Yeah.
it
It's like
reminded
so
me.
much
Zombies
tension.
run down zombies.
Honestly, when I first saw it, it reminded me of The Strain more than it reminded me
okay.
of a zombie game.
Yeah,
But
because I don't think they're really zombies. I think they're just like,
I don't. They look like zombies. Like they definitely look infected.
Yeah.
But
Oh, or like 28 Days Later.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
Like,
it
no,
reminded
the
me
World
of.
War
aggression
Z.
thing. Yeah,
World War
Z.
Z. They. Oh my God!
Them
All of
motherfuckers
those
run, too.
guys. Those
The movie
they
one.
Oh,
ran
Olympians
like
chasing after you.
crazy.
Ah, 28 Days Later was first.
True.
Just saying.
And I like
And
that
there
movie.
was
That
They're not
movie is
actually
good.
zombies,
or
they're
there
just
was
people
movies
infected
before
with,
that
like
one.
rage rabies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rabies.
Pretty much rage rabies.
Which
Yeah, that's what it was.
regardless, not
Yeah,
Walking Dead, but zombie
I think
games
it's terrifying.
sell, and it's going to be interesting to see exactly. I just want to know the story. What's the concept?
Yeah.
What is my purpose in this world? I don't care who I am, how I'm dressed, how many zombies are chasing me. What's my
I
concept?
better have
What's
a shit
the
ton of ammo in
story?
this game.
And are you going to be multiplayer, or is it literally just going to be
Ooh, co-op or
a
not?
single?
Mm.
Yes. Can I run around with friends? Because hey, guess what?
Now, if it is co-op, that's interesting then, because that's pretty much like State of Decay. State of Decay
Yeah.
is going to have like the more of the regular zombies. So that's going to be an interesting pairing
It will.
of these two
Yeah.
games this year.
I was gonna say maybe I'm biased because Xbox is my preferred platform, but I'm more interested in State of Decay 2 than I am Days Gone.
Well, yeah, I mean,
State of Decay is also, like, it's an established
Exactly.
IP now.
yeah, that's what I was going to
People
go with too.
know-
Is like
There's a
people
cult
know
following.
People
State
know
of
it.
Decay.
People have played it. People just wanted more of it.
Days
but
Gone, just like
different.
Yeah.
Lawbreakers, is like it's not an IP that's like done anything yet. We have to see what it does and how
Yeah.
people respond to it.
But
I'm
it's
still excited for it
zombies.
though. I think it's going to be cool. Hopefully, it delivers.
I'll want to play it.
I think Mike had some questions.
Yeah, we got some questions in the chat there while we were doing Foxy Deals. So this is from Twos. He wants to know, could a Mass Effect style Halo game work? Not necessarily with Master Chief, but with a group of explorers. Do you think should 343 and the Coalition be working on two games, not just Gears and Halo? So kind of a multi-tiered question there.
Yeah.
Mass Effect style Halo game, like RPG elements, and 343 and the Coalition be working on more than just Gears and Halo.
I'm under the proponent of I'd like to see all developers that have these franchises do other things. Like I'm okay with them taking a break off their main franchise to do something else and try something else because I think they're all fantastic developers.
But there is a hint that they are working on some. Like they literally say they're going to have something at E3.
I think that's just going to be
but
like
not
DLC
Halo.
or something or a 4K
Yeah.
Halo 5.
But it may not. What if it's something completely different that they're doing? What if
Mega
they
Bloks
are
Halo?
taking like? What if they
Mega
are?
Bloks.
I don't
actually
think
going,
but I don't think the thing they're going to be showing is a Mass Effect style like Halo game.
No.
Or
But
Gears,
I'm
That's
I'm
big.
going to
That's
the
real
other.
big.
I'm just
If
going
they
to
did,
the-
I'd be like, holy shit, I shit my pants.
Well, no, I'm just going to
Right?
the other question though, like the other part of this question that them working on something else. It is possible that they
I
could
want
be
them
working
to.
on
I want
something
every
else.
developer to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the best thing about working on something outside of your wheelhouse is you learn new experiences, and you can take those new experiences that you've learned and bring them back into your main franchises. So
Yeah.
you could learn an entirely new way of approaching a certain subject or a certain circumstance in implementing that into a Halo or Gears game. They could make that game so much better. So if you learn another way to approach something, it could just make your next game even stronger because of that.
yeah, I mean, look at like Insomniac. Like they've done like Sunset Overdrive. They're doing the Spider-Man game. They do a bunch of different things like Ratchet and Clank. The Naughty Dog guys. They've done Last of Us, Uncharted. I think they're going to be working on something else.
You can always see the
Second
influence of
Yeah.
the previous games into the new ones. Like
Yeah.
they build on it, which is a great
Yeah.
thing.
Exactly, and like the Guerrilla guys, they're doing Horizon Zero Dawn when they were just doing shooters and all that kind of stuff. Like that's the kind I want to see developers do that more often. Like they have so much talent, and I think as much as I love Gears and Halo and all that kind of stuff, I would really like to see them use the talents for something new and innovating and see what
Yeah.
happens.
I don't really
Halo.
want to see another Halo game. I mean, that's just Halo 6. And so we get enough of that as it is. But
Yeah.
I'm with you, GKB. I would love to see these guys work on other things besides their mainstream games and titles.
I agree with
Like,
this David
David,
guy.
yeah, exactly.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say
He makes a good
343 is literally too big not to have 2 franchises.
I agree. That's a huge
Completely
studio.
agree. And
But-
again, they could be. I'm still having hopes that their
Like,
whole thing is
what's
that
the
they're going to
problem-
announce something
Like, what's the
else.
problem with these big studios? Like what David said with 343 and the Coalition and stuff. They're fairly big. Why can't they have like 5 guys working on like some like prototype projects and stuff like that? Like, why not do that? Like,
I think the problem is the risk and the cost involved. Like it's a huge risk if the game doesn't do well, then maybe that kills the next Halo game. So it's you gotta take it with a grain of salt. Like, yeah, I want them to learn new aspects of gaming, but at the same time, I don't want them to waste all of their budget on a game and then not get any sort of return
See,
in which they can then develop the next Halo game.
well, Microsoft.
I don't
current-
actually agree with that. I think it's more or less the company like Microsoft and Xbox that own them just like to play like they're playing that one safe.
Play it safe.
I
I was about to
think
say
it's
that, too.
more what that actually
Microsoft
is. I
Maybe
literally
they're
is-
pitching it, and Microsoft was shooting it down. 'Cause
Like-
I would
Yeah,
think
because-
and believe the guys at Bungie probably pitched something like Destiny over to
and
Phil.
they were like, no, we want you to do Halo.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They're
because
like, "All
I'm
right, we're
sorry, but Halo the
Look,
dev-
Microsoft
like
is not spending any
343
money on marketing. They have plenty of money to fucking do whatever.
But
they
I'm
need
more
to
of
do.
the fact that 343 is big enough and have made so much goddamn money on Halo and all their other like Halo parts to their games. Like they have like their Halo Wars and they have so many other like things that are branched off of Halo that they have enough money that wouldn't cause an issue if
Not
their
5
other
guys just
game
touching us,
failed.
though.
That would not touch Halo. Is what I'm getting at. It wouldn't touch it.
Rockstar is a great example. Like they did the Grand Theft Auto series, which has always been based in modern times. Then they went back and did Red Dead Redemption, and that all paid off for Grand Theft Auto 5. Like you can see Red Dead Redemption's influence on Grand Theft Auto 5, and it was in a good way, not
Yeah,
a
I
negative
agree.
way in any way whatsoever.
They learn new
So do-
experiences, get better at their crafts, and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely, man. Like, why not do it?
So, do you guys want to see a separate little studio with some of these people from both Coalition and 343?
No, I
I
don't
don't want
want
a
them to
separate
see
studio.
a separate studio. I want them to like work on a Gears game and then work on something else and then come back and do a Gears game and work on something else. Like I don't see why we
But-
can't do that.
Yeah.
What's to say they're not already doing this?
I'm
What's
not-
to say
yeah,
they're
I don't know. I'm not Phil
Turn 10
Spencer, I
one of
don't
those
know.
guys on Forza. Aren't they starting having another?
Yeah, the playground games.
They're
and stuff.
playground
games,
Something
yeah.
else.
What the hell's Mojang doing? Besides,
Nah, just updating like
yeah,
Minecraft.
They're
Minecraft
creating
makes
shit on
enough money
Minecraft.
that they can just do that.
yeah.
I don't think
What
they
other
would
questions you have,
want
Mike?
to, like-
All right, so we got another one here from David Johnson Wright. He wants to know is if Microsoft is going to all these trade shows for E3, Gamescom, and Tokyo Game Show, do you think they have a ton of exclusives up their sleeves that we haven't seen yet?
Were we talking about Microsoft?
Yeah, Microsoft in general, like because they're going to all these different shows. Do you think there's more to it than
Are
you
they
know
gonna
what
have
we've
like
seen
that
so
one year where they
far?
had like a different show at Gamescom as they did with E3? I don't know. I think they're gonna have a ton of content. I think it's gonna be a mixture of tech and games. I think they're gonna show a lot of games, but it could be a lot of VR on top of
Yeah.
other AAA games
Well,
that I'm interested in. So
I think. Do you feel like they're going to hold anything back at E3 because they're going to be going to Gamescom and Tokyo Game Show? Like, do you think maybe if they have some Japanese developers on board, are they going to show those off at E3, or are they going to wait until the Tokyo Game Show?
I think they're going to put their best foot forward at E3. As much as Gamescom is huge, I think the bigger stage as far as like with media and all that's concerned is still E3. As much as people want to say it's not as big as it used to be, it still holds that weight of the premier gaming conference every year. It's like their Super Bowl. So if they have big things to show, I think it's going to be at E3. Maybe show some of the littler stuff at Gamescom. If they don't have time.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of surprises at Gamescom and Tokyo Game
Yeah,
Show.
I wouldn't be
but
surprised. I don't think it's going to be
I
a
could
major
see
thing like a
double
Halo.
A
or anything.
games and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, like double A.
Yeah,
indie stuff.
I'd like to see like them do Scorpio and a bunch of games at E3, and then maybe at Gamescom do all the VR stuff.
That would be interesting.
that would be a good way to approach it.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but I would definitely love less VR. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's just me. Whatever. Do we have any other questions? Those are good questions, though.
I don't know. Mike was writing them down, so.
Sorry, I was copying random ones while I saw them come across. I had another one from Cypher Man's. He said he's sorry to bring up Destiny again, but He wanted to say, what if, and this is I think a big what if. What if Bungie decides to go peer-to-peer with PS4 and then ends up using the Microsoft Azure servers for Xbox One and Scorpio?
I don't see that
happening. No.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Microsoft has offered Sony to use it
Yeah.
for like
They
Rocket
car
Car or
Yeah, what SheWulf's saying. They
soccer
literally
cars,
came out and
Rocket
said,
League.
here is
Like the
Azure
real
for
name.
anyone that wants to use
Soccer
it.
cars.
Sony
Yeah, no one's
included,
used it.
and no one's using it.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
understand
Yeah.
why people don't take advantage of that, though.
because it's
have
Microsoft.
to
It's
pay
your
for it?
competitor.
Because Sony is paying them money not to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sucks.
So,
but it would be cool if that was a thing, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question from Stokey for Life. Do you think Microsoft is going to buy IO Interactive?
Ooh,
If they were, I don't see IO like laying off people at this point.
I think we talked about this last week, but IO, I mean, what do they have besides the Hitman franchise? I don't think one franchise of game is going to be enough to get a big first-party manufacturer to buy your
Yeah, to buy your
developers.
they may pick up a couple of the developers to add them to like say
Yeah, but to buy
their
IO
other
Interactive
teams,
altogether.
but I don't see them picking up the whole development team.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't see there being any layoffs if those were kind of deals were already being talked about and all that kind of stuff. There's no way that IO would like lay off anybody.
Well, now-
for that.
How about
Good.
this from a different perspective? What would you think about Microsoft buying up the Hitman IP off of IO Interactive?
Oh, if they could get that, absolutely. But I think if they did that, IO Interactive would be just dissolved. There's nothing that anybody would want from that company.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, to say that. That's why I think they kept the rights to it, just so they had some bargaining chips, you know, for investors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question I have for the panel. Does anybody think we're going to see anything about Fable this year at E3?
No.
If they do, probably Gamescom.
I'm back and forth with it. We could, but the potential there is there. But I don't know, honestly.
If anything, it would be a teaser, but
Yeah.
that's it. Nothing more.
I don't think they'll talk about it until they're ready to actually give us a
So,
release
yeah.
date with everything going on.
If it's not within the next
Well,
year, they ain't gonna talk about it.
Especially when
Oh my
Phil,
god, they might
well,
hold that one back
Phil-
because they're
Phil-
scared to release it.
Phil also came out and straight up said, you know, he does not want to announce any games too early anymore. So games that are in development and could take time, I don't see him announcing anymore.
If it's not coming out in the next year, it's not going to be talked about. Mr. Solo Dolo has a question. He's like, what E3 conference are you most excited for other than Microsoft and Sony? Actually,
Bethesda.
Bethesda's a good one. I don't know. What they
She's
showed
ready
at.
for that nap.
That was Ubisoft.
Everybody's going to hate me, but I'm fucking pissed off at E3, but at Nintendo about E3, but I'm still excited to
yeah.
see what they're going to bring. So,
I know why you are, because they haven't had one for years.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just poopy about it. but
Treehouse.
I think they're going to show some cool stuff.
I don't know. I can't wait to see Star Wars Battlefront 2, so I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
he's
to
going to have
EA
so
conference.
much Star
Yeah,
Wars this
EA.
year. It's going to be Star Wars heaven.
I want
I'm
EA
really hoping they have
and
a
Bethesda.
teaser of the Amy Hennig game that they're going to come
Oh,
out with,
me
because I
too.
really want a single-player Star Wars game to come out. I really, really do.
Yes. Yes. Do this.
Give us
I think
another
we're
Knights
soon.
of the Old Republic.
That's probably. I would love another one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, the developers have said they'd be down to make another one if they were asked to.
Yeah.
They've been asked. They've
Oh.
been asked many times.
Everybody's
asked.
been asking.
But not the right people are
Yeah,
asking.
not the
Yeah.
people that have a shit ton of money
Not
to give
EA.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Um,
no monies to give away.
Well, I think that's about it, guys. That's all we got for you tonight. Another great show. I appreciate all you awesome people hanging with us all night. We had over like 130-ish people in there. We thank you so much. You guys rock. Big shout out to Newf. We miss you, buddy. Can't wait to have you back next week. Let's go with Predator. What you got going on, bro?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to get caught up on sleep and get caught up on some of these games before E3 kicks off. Hopefully, you on the Shop podcast this Saturday. If you didn't hear it, I was on Crossfire on last Friday. It was a really, really good show. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Xbox. Everything is under Predator_HOS.
Cool. Good to have you back, by the way, man.
Thanks, man.
Timidos, what you got going on, bro? What you been up to?
Not a lot. Just working through some games, trying to work through as much of my backlog as I can.
I'm starting on that too.
Yeah.
Man.
Been working through it for years.
For years.
Yeah, you can probably just find me on Twitter or Xbox at Timidos.
Sweet. What about you, Fox?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. Thank you to everybody in the chat for hanging out. So yeah, I got some videos on my YouTube channel. Stop being lazy. So I released 2 of them today. So enjoy. Hopefully you guys can leave me some awesome comments and I'll go read those. Obviously, you can follow me on Twitter. I can chat with everybody on there, and that's where I'll be sharing Foxy deals later.
Sweet.
Also, I'm looking to stream more, so I can stream now on YouTube or Beam or Twitch. So we'll see how that goes, and then obviously I'll post that stuff on my Twitter. And also I'll be on Speak Podcast this Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern with Luca and Blue. So hopefully you guys could check that out, and I'll share the links for that as well. So that's going to be on Sunday after Mooch and Crap. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Sweet. To Shogun Blades, yes, we will be live streaming a few of the E3 conferences, so you can see our reactions and all that kind of stuff. Stay tuned. We'll have all the dates and times and all that kind of good stuff. Mike, what you got going on?
Oh man. Well, this week, let's see. What do I got going on? I don't even know what I got going on. Friday the 26th. I'm gonna be playing Friday the 13th. I can't wait for that.
Heck yeah.
And I hope everybody else here on the panel is gonna pick it up. I would love to play that Friday night with all y'all. Although I know GKB and SheWulf, you guys usually tend to call it a night before I usually get onto my gaming on Friday nights. But hopefully we get some of that game rolling. I can't wait for that.
I'll be up late.
Oh yeah, we'll be up.
Oh, all right. I'll be getting on there around 11 o'clock Friday night playing some Friday the 13th.
Sweet.
But yeah, I'm going to be playing some more Injustice 2. I can't wait to finish that single-player campaign. And then I'm going to work on perfecting my style as the Flash so that we can have a tournament coming up.
Dude.
And I can just destroy everybody because that's what's going to happen. I'm sorry, unless UK Daz or Iceman joins the tournament, and then I'm going to be destroyed. But beyond that, you can find all my contact information down below. Magic Mike 83 across the board, across Beam, Twitter, Xbox Live. That's Magic with a K. Don't forget it because it's the best name there is. And, hit me up. I'll be happy to add you back.
Sweet. What about you, SheWulf?
I'll be streaming this week, so watch my Twitter to find out exactly what I'll be streaming. And maybe Friday we might stream some Friday the 13th with everybody, so should be interesting. But other than that, yes, so just check out my Twitter at xSHEWULFx with a U, not an O. You can also add me on Xbox. If you want me to add you back, you literally just DM me and I'll add you back.
She's a hater.
I'm not a hater.
I add
get
everyone
so
back.
many people, but
She doesn't
there's a
add
lot of
anyone back.
rude people to me. There's a lot of guys are still a bit nasty when it comes to being on Xbox. Like some of the things they send you. But anyways,
Hey, don't let me in with them.
what?
Don't lump me in with all those guys.
Put you
Don't lump
in.
him there. Yeah. There's a bunch of crazy guys in there.
There is a bunch of crazy, but
No,
I
that
didn't
includes
say
us.
you.
We're guys.
Are you a bunch of crazy guys? Anyways, like,
With my schizophrenia,
swear to
I have a
God,
bunch
these
of
guys
crazy
can never. They always have to interrupt my outro. Always, always. Somebody has to say something. They do it to me on Xbox Nation too. Which you can catch us on Xbox Nation tomorrow as well on Crap Gamers channel, and I think I'm supposed to be on Blue and Luca's show on Sunday.
Interesting.
I got an invite, but I didn't reply. I'm sorry. I did see it. I just saw it, and I'm like, wait, when was this? So
Yeah, she never checks
I'll
her
get
stuff.
back to you.
Sweet. I'm GKB, the Governor. You can find me on Gamers Knows Best on YouTube and Twitter. Be on Xbox Nation. I should be on Crossfire. I got a standing invitation from Mooch, and I took him up on that, so I should be on there every week if I can make it. So that's going to be a ton of fun. And hopefully be on the Shop Podcast on Saturday. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks, everyone. You all rock.
Later.
Thank you.